Hello, gamers, and welcome to episode 355 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for December 12th, 2021. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's going on this week, Dominic?
Man, it's been a sad week. Well, the week started out okay, but then this just came really tragic going towards the end with what happened, in Kentucky and the states around there. Like, it's like the deadly storm with the tornadoes and a lot of destruction. Like, I'm just seeing like whole freaking towns or neighborhoods just leveled.
Yeah, it's devastating.
Like, it's like when I don't see nothing standing. It's like it's one thing when I see once I see storms happen, it's horrible. But you see like still some buildings standing up. It's like, oh man. But I just see places where it's just like nothing is standing. Like everybody's affected. You're like everybody's going to literally be affected by it in some way. And yeah, I was like, good God. When I think I was looking at just looking up CNN because every now and then I go on CNN.com to see, hey, what's going on in the world. Yeah. And then I saw that. I said, damn. And yeah, that was just horrible. And it happened in multiple states too. Like it was just all around. And it said like I forgot how many tornadoes it said. It's like quite a few. I was like, good God, like what the hell was like what the hell happened? Like what the hell was going on? But yeah, that was sad. Other than that though, I mean, I guess it's just been all right week, just waiting for the holidays, I guess. Everybody's just waiting for the holidays. I feel sorry for those guys though. Jussie Smollett. He got found guilty on what was it, 5 counts, I think, or 4, whatever.
Yeah, it was most of the counts or something like that I saw.
Yeah. So, but you know when he say like when they say like he pleads innocent, I always want to know like what. So it did happen. Like that's what you're saying. Like, are you saying that there were racist people and
no? I just didn't lie about it, Dominic. You don't know what I said to those cops.
I don't even know what he was trying to get out of it.
It was a guerrilla marketing campaign, Dominic.
Yeah. I mean, people falsify in any situation when somebody falsifies an allegation. I mean, it's horrible. Yeah. And it doesn't help people who really do have these problems when they want to come out to report. Yeah. That's why you get the people who always say like, I don't know if they telling the truth or something like that. I mean, that's why. Because shit like this. And it just fucks everything up for everybody. Yeah.
And really, what would he have gained out of this? Because, like, you at least understand when people might get some kind of, like, monetary gain or something out of it. But, yeah, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, like, was this really for his albums or something? Like, was this really going to make his albums sell more?
Yeah. Oh, man, he got beat up by racists. I got to buy more albums.
To take that type of risk, was it like worth it? And well, I think now you say is no, definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
But I was like, darn, but if you didn't get caught, the people believed you, like how much more were you going to get out of it? Like it's just, yeah, it was that situation is horrible. All right, what else we got here? I guess I could go right into sports. Unless you got anything? Did I miss anything?
No.
Anything happened this week? Anybody famous died or anything?
No.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody, but it's not really nobody I really know. All right, so we got college football. We got the bowl games happening. Army Navy happened yesterday. So as of this recording, and Navy won, upset them. So I'm happy because Navy they were only 3-8 before this game, and now they won the most important game in their schedule. So that just helps things out. That just makes the season a whole lot better. I don't know how. I was like, Army's was 8-3. So you were thinking like, oh, Army's just going to beat them. I thought it was going to be like, oh, Army's going to probably blow them out. Or if it's probably like 10 points or something. But nah. Navy came through. Unfortunately, I only watched the first quarter when Army was up. So I was thinking like, oh, this is when Army just is going to keep the lead. What else? So you got the bowl games. You got the playoff bowls. You got Alabama playing Cincinnati, and you got Michigan playing What's the other team? They are playing somebody. Oh, Michigan. Yeah, Michigan winning. I mean, them being there is a big deal because John Harbaugh. Well, I forget. Is it John Harbaugh? That's the one, or
I can never remember.
I forget I remember. One of the Harbaughs, the coaches.
Yeah.
He finally got his team to beat Ohio State for the first time since he's been there, and to win the Big Ten. So this is a big year for them to actually be in the playoffs. And darn, like who are they playing?
The Bulldogs.
Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah. And Georgia, they just lost to Alabama, but they were number one seed. So they lost Alabama for the SEC championship game, but since they were undefeated at the time and they were number one, they're not going to fall down that much because they're just losing to Alabama, who was number 2 or number 3. So it's like, hey, it's not that big a deal. So they're going to stay in, which pisses me off. This is why I wanted Auburn to beat Alabama, because the Alabama probably will not be in this playoff, and I can finally and not be 2 fucking SEC teams in the goddamn playoffs. So now we got 2 SEC teams in the playoffs, and I just have a feeling Alabama's going to win and get a championship again. And I was like, God damn it! It's just I want them to be out. I just want them not to be there. What else you got? Maryland, we're in the bowl game. Thankfully, I did see it. I looked it up what bowl game it was in. We're playing Virginia Tech in a bowl that I actually never heard of. But it's quite a few bowls that are
Pinstripe Bowl.
Yes, the Pinstripe Bowl. Yes, and this is in Yankee Stadium.
Put us in Yankee Stadium.
I know.
Disrespect.
Yeah, Yankee Stadium having a bowl. I don't know if they. Well, yeah, I don't know if they had that last year, but then again, I wasn't really watching a lot of the bowl games or pay attention last year, really, until the championship. So, yeah, that's interesting. That's eventful to see, like, in a baseball stadium, because I think Fenway's also getting one. They're having a bowl there, and I never really heard that before. So yeah, I mean that's kind of cool, but I don't want to be in Yankee Stadium. That's the thing. But it's actually, I think they really try to sometimes put these bowls games close to where the location is, so people can travel to them.
Yeah,
because you could just go I-95 to get to New York, so that's good for Virginia Tech and Maryland as far as like trying to get like fans to go be there. Because that's why I see like some of these bowls are like in locations of where the team is. Like Tennessee's like the Music City Bowl, whatever. Like, hey, that's convenient for them to get fans out there. So yeah, it makes sense. I think that is it for college football. So then you got college basketball. Maryland head coach Mark Turgeon stepped down. I'm happy because I wanted him gone like 5 years ago, like other people did. So it reminds me of that joke on The Simpsons when Krusty was retiring, and the people said, "Why now? Why not 10 years ago?" And then, I mean, he did okay, but just very low. I mean, he was really below expectations but he put like this: we got the talent this time. Like with Gary Williams, it was hard to get the talent to come to Maryland. It's hard to get like the top talent anyway. But he still did well with them though. Without it, this time we getting top talent, but we're still having somewhat of almost the same results, or below a little bit of Gary Williams. Mm-hmm. But it's like, wait a minute, we wasn't getting better because now we're getting top talent now, and we're not in the ACC no more. So not dealing with Duke, North Carolina, Syracuse, Louisville. We're not doing none of those schools. Like those schools, the ACC at the time when we were leaving, it was top. Like it was the best basketball conference in America. Then went to the Big Ten, and they were okay, but it was like, hey, we should at least be top 3. Say, come on, we should be top 3 like every year or something like that, or top 4. And nah, it didn't happen that way. It's like we definitely did not play the expectations, and compared to the players we had, they had on the team compared to Gary Williams' days, it's like, maybe we should do a whole lot better. Sometimes the AP polls have us high, but then we start losing, and then we blow out the top 25. Just like this year, we were in top 25 this year, and then we lost to like George Mason and We just dropped out. So yeah, I guess he figured. I'm surprised he stepped down though. I thought it was going to be more like them firing him. So, but yeah, I was like, darn, he's actually just stepped down. But then there's a coach from Gonzaga, and who I guess he's a friends with Mark Turgeon, because he talked about it in a conference, like I guess after one of his games or so, about that, saying that it's the fans' fault. That's why he left, because how hard they were on him and like them booing him at the games.
Mm-hmm.
But then the fans were saying like only a few people booed him, and it wasn't like a constant thing. They say he's making it like that guy's making it out like the fans were just belittling him. But a lot of the stuff was that people didn't like it's fair. I mean, he was doing below expectations. I mean, what the hell? I mean, the internet. I mean, of course you're gonna hear people just being like overly ridiculous with it, but I'm like, I didn't really hear boos. Well, at least at television, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And if I heard boos, I mean, if they're losing, I mean, that's, oh well. I don't know what to say to that. I mean, they're the fans. I mean, he did say that. Say, well, the fan is short for fanatics. I said, yeah, exactly. So what are you talking about here? It's like act like we're unreasonable. It's like when you came from having like one of the top programs in the country to this, like it's not even that we're horrible. It's just that we're not doing anything. Like we're going to the first round and we're losing, or the second round. And when we see like, oh, you say you got all this talent up here, why are we not winning games or something like that? We should be winning more games than we used to, but we're not. But yeah, so hopefully this change will help. They got an interim coach. The assistant coach is coaching right now, so I'm curious of what they're going to do next season. What coach is going to come to the school. All right, so now we get to the NBA. Wizards have not been doing well. They've been losing a bit. They're still over 500, so that's still better than years past.
Yeah.
It's so sad that that's my bar. It's like, hey, to stay above 500, because that's totally better than what we were before. So hopefully they get that together. It's really seemed like a chemistry thing on offense anyway. Mm-hmm. That's really a problem. And they are hurting in the middle, which I thought was going to happen actually sooner, but it's finally happening now because they only have two centers. So, and then one center he's not really a big defensive guy. He's more of a like offensive guy, and that's fine. But dang it, we only got two of them, and we need our third center back, Bryant, who used to be the starter. I don't know if he'll be the starter when he comes back. He probably could be still, but he hasn't played in a long time because of his injury. And I don't know when he's come back. He's supposed to come back this year, but I don't know when. But they definitely need him because there's no depth of big men. We don't have a lot of big guys as far as being down low. So it's like, so if we play a team, like we play Utah, who got these two huge centers, one on the bench and one who's starting and who was, man, like the defensive player of the year, it's like, dude, we get dominated because this is a mismatch. Mm-hmm. What else? Oh, but it's you see like some chemistry problems with the guards too. They seem to not play well together, but they play well when one is not playing. It's odd. It's like Dinwiddie's good when Bradley Beal's on the court, and Bradley Beal is good when Dinwiddie's not on the court. I don't. It's weird how that works out, but the chemistry's not working right now for them, and they need to get it done because this is a big stretch right now because they're playing a whole lot of good teams going forward. Now I think it's only like maybe one or two teams that's not that good, but then again, I think the Kings are actually maybe okay this year. Let me see the Kings, Sacramento Kings. They are 11-16. They're not great, but they might can still beat us. I mean, shit, we lost to teams with 500. Yeah. Oh, Cavaliers are actually over 500. They're doing what the Wizards are doing. All right. So what else we got? NFL. Washington, as of right now, Washington has won 4 straight games. I'm hoping that they will beat the Cowboys today and win 5 straight. And I hope this is it. I hope this is like the run that they always seem to do when they want to go to the playoffs. It's like when we go to the playoffs for the last 20-something years, it's always a run. It's always like, oh, we sucked at the beginning, and then we go like on a winning streak and get to the playoffs. Yeah. I hope that's what's happening this year too. And oh my God, we beat Dallas. Oh my God, yeah, I'm gonna be so fucking happy. Because I mean, think about what this team was at the beginning of the year. I was just like, did not fucking care because they looked so horrible. The defense was horrible, even though I was supposed to be the best part of the team. And I was like, God damn it, our defense sucked. Now the defense has got a lot better and this is all after the break. After the break, we won this 4-game winning streak. So they did something during that bye week. So I don't know there, but it's working. Heineke's looking efficient too. He's not looking like superb or great, but he's doing okay. Like he's doing okay at quarterback. So he's doing what I wanted him at least to be done. Like I didn't think it was gonna be like super great or anything. I mean, you would hope something happened. Like, hey, it turns out he's actually a great quarterback. But just even being this is all right. And our defense give them chances. You know, offense chances is like really helping us also. So yeah, we're playing Dallas. So hopefully, if by the time you listen to this podcast, Washington did win. So I'm happy as hell. and we are. I think if we do beat Dallas, I don't know, are we just going to be a game behind them or so? Because Dallas is still in the lead. I mean, I still think Dallas is going to win the division. They're a better team. Like on paper, they're a better team. But I have seen it many times when the Washington team has beaten Dallas when Dallas is a better team. I mean, most years they are the better team. So when we do beat them, I'm like, good God, like Dallas let us beat them. Last year they weren't because they got everybody hurt last year. So we beat them twice. So that made sense. Or one. I don't know. Did we beat them twice? I think we beat them twice last year. So yeah, it's not going to be a big surprise. I mean, it'll be an upset, but not a big upset if we do beat them. But it's still like for us, it's just good because now we're just on a roll. But this season's been, nobody's really dominant. Now you see Bill Belichick, the New England Patriots they're on a roll too. And they are in the lead of their division. They just beat their division rival, the Bills, who people were thinking like, hey, Tom Brady's not there yet. So the Bills, this is your chance to just keep winning the division. Nah. Bill Belichick said, you got to remember, he's still the best coach in football. And so it's like, yeah, last year was an off year. It was COVID. You blame COVID for that. And then now he's back. Even though I wish they would have beat the Bucs when they played them. I really wanted to beat Tom Brady, but you know what? Maybe that's the setup, Daniel. Patriots versus the Bucs in the Super Bowl. That's the setup we're going to get. Oh God! If that happens, Daniel, come on. The fix is in, right? It's got to be. It's got to be. And Tom Brady is taking HGH. Anyway,
Tom Brady still goes over in that scenario, right?
He still. Oh, you think he's still going to
win? He's got to, right?
I don't know. I think Bill. Good look. They barely beat them the first time, and that's when they have a rookie quarterback. Yeah. They barely beat them the first time. They almost Patriots could have. They almost won that game, and that was early in the season. And now they're better.
Is this quarterback someone that we could see as the future of the league, Dominic?
That's what people are saying.
Could it? Okay. Well, then the handoff could be could be the story.
He's doing what Tom Brady did those years. Like the team looks like if Tom Brady was still there.
Okay, gotcha.
Tom Brady was efficient. Like now he's putting up yards because he got better receivers than before. So the Bucs team has better talent, but the Pats team is just a better coach. He knows what he needs and what he wants, and he can get the best out of the players he has. Bill Belichick. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And like the last game they played, look, Matt Jones only passed the ball 3 times the whole game because it was like windy as hell in Buffalo. Right. Like you couldn't do anything. He ran the ball the whole game, and they won. Like I think got 200 something yards just rushing.
Wow.
I mean, for him to he can every game is something different. Like he can really adapt to almost any situation. That's what people really like about Bill Belichick is that any situation that happens. Like he'll adapt to your team. So he will find your weakness for that specific team. It's not just something he does something different every day. Sometimes he might run the ball all the time. And one time I remember it was when Tom Brady was playing, all they did was pass. There was a whole bunch of short passes. They didn't run the ball at all. And they won the game because they must have known, like, hey, look, these guys can't stop it. So, like, they might be good. Hey, these guys are good at stopping the run, but just change it up a bit. And that's what he does. I mean, the guy's great. I mean, he's a great coach. And, I mean, yeah, he did cheat. But, you know, like what they say, you ain't trying. If you say you're not cheating, you're not trying, or something like that.
Exactly.
So, but, yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, that's just what I thought. I mean, like Tom Brady did, like it seemed like, oh yeah, he proved people wrong because they said, oh, he's a system quarterback. He's only good because of Bill Belichick. But if people gotta understand this, like, okay, I'm a Tom Brady hater, so yeah, so don't take my words with a grain of salt. But it's like I don't really hate him. But look, going to the Bucs, I mean, that's the best situation for him. I mean, the Bucs was a great team. The quarterback they had before Tom Brady was Jameis Winston. I mean, the guy threw 30 touchdowns with the Bucs. And the only reason he had 30 touchdowns, like I think over 5,000 something yards. I mean, the guy, that kid, like the statistics he has, that's great. Like you do 30 touchdowns in a year. Yeah, 5,000 plus yards. Like you had a great year. And the only reason the Bucs didn't do well is because he also threw 30 something interceptions. Nobody does that. Like nobody throws 30 for 30. Like 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. Like, that was ridiculous. That's the only reason the Bucs didn't do well, because he turned the ball over so much. So now they got Tom Brady, who is arguably the best quarterback, who doesn't turn the ball over. So, yeah. Of course, this is like the best situation for them. They had the talent. They just needed a quarterback. And they got the best one. So, of course, they were going to do well. Because I remember my friend telling me that. He's like, man, because I didn't really pay attention to the Bucs. I heard James Winston was 30 for 30. That's all I knew. But I didn't know that team. And my friend, when Tom Brady went there, I remember he was like, yo, Tom Brady, he is a lucky son. But I said, why? He said, he's one of the Bucs. I mean, they didn't do well last year. He said, but that's because of the quarterback, man. So you got to know their team, their talent. Because I didn't really pay attention to it. And then when I start seeing it, I say, oh, shit. And then they got Antonio Brown and Gronk. Now, Antonio Brown, something's going on with him now, but I don't know if he's going to play this game, but I don't know. I haven't paid attention. But bringing in Gronk. I mean, Gronk's been injured some, but he's still, when he's on the field, he's still one of the best tight ends. I mean, the guy's huge, and he's great. I just have a feeling, man, by the time this is over, you're going to find out Gronk had, like, some problems because Tom Brady brought him back. That's why I have a feeling. Like, he forced that man out of retirement. That man is going to live happy and be a wrestler, and he just forced him out. But I mean, yeah, I think Tom Brady is one of the luckiest son of bitches out there as far as just sports. And probably in life too, but in sort of sports, like he's lucked up in the situation he's in. All right, so what we got? I think that's it for me as far as sports. So, hey, what's going on in wrestling? I saw something like Brock Lesnar is fined $1 million or something. I know that's fake or whatever, but what's the story with that?
I know Brock he had previously been suspended indefinitely for attacking quote unquote WWE official. Past 2 weeks he's been back though. I know he attacked Sami Zayn, who was like he won a battle royale to be number one contender for Roman's title. And then Brock pretty much tricked him into having the match on Friday or last Friday, maybe. I think it was last Friday. And then he got involved, and Roman, of course, beat Sami Zayn in like 5 seconds. And now it's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Sami Zayn or Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the title at a pay-per-view they're doing on like January 1st called Day One. And so that's happening. The biggest story kind of coming out of WWE this week is there was an incident last weekend with Jeff Hardy at a house show. He just kind of like randomly jumped out of the ring and went out through the crowd. And we don't really know where he went. And then he was reportedly sent home after that. And then I think like Wednesday or Thursday this week, it was announced that WWE has released him. And kind of the dirt sheet reporting is that WWE offered to send him to rehab, or basically said, we need to send you to rehab because, he's had drug.
Like what kind of rehab? Drugs or?
Yeah, he's had drug issues in the past. And there was a lot of speculation about that, when these videos, because there are some home videos from the house show where you kind of see him acting weird before he tags out of the match and runs off into the crowd. But yeah, so there was a lot of speculation there. There were also people just saying like, oh, maybe he had a case of diarrhea and he just had to, find the closest bathroom or something like that.
What? What? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but the fact that he has now been released from WWE, I think, leads to the obvious speculation that he possibly relapsed, because he had been clean for, it feels like, quite a few years now, and now it sounds like he might be using some sort of substances again, and yeah, it's unfortunate because obviously this is the guy's life. He seems like he's in much better shape than Matt is. Like, from a physical standpoint, you see Matt Hardy in AEW, he's stiff when he moves. He doesn't bend his legs very well. He's just all around just stiff still. But Jeff, who's been in WWE as of late, has still been in a relatively prominent spot. Not necessarily winning a lot of matches, but still on the show every week. People love him. I mean, Jeff Hardy is he transcends in a lot of ways. Like, people our age, he was the guy, and even younger kids, because there was a time after I stopped watching when he became like the top guy and won the title, and then shortly after that was caught with something that happened, some kind of incident related to drugs, and they stripped him of the title basically. And that's when he went to Impact Wrestling, became one of the top guys there. Like, he just has the charisma that's unmatched in a lot of ways. So it's really unfortunate to see this, kind of affect him again. He's had so many chances and so many times things have fallen apart for him. So just completely unrelated to wrestling. It's unfortunate to see that happen. And related to wrestling, like, a lot of people are out there like, oh, now, AEW could get the Hardy Boys, but I don't see AEW picking him up unless he's, guaranteed clean, either having gone through rehab, or even, I don't know if they would sign him with the anticipation of him getting clean. Like, hey, we'll pick you up, but we're going to send you to rehab, and, in 6 months to a year, maybe then we'll debut you with your brother and have a couple of matches. Because the sad thing is, like, this was probably like nearing his last run, but he doesn't get to go out maybe the way he would have wanted to in WWE. He doesn't get to go out with that one final run and match of, celebrating his life and his career. Instead, it's just unceremoniously, you find out on Twitter. Well, the fans find out on Twitter that he's been let go, and you'll never hear his name mentioned again on WWE until it's convenient. Yeah, so that's really an unfortunate series of events there. So
yeah,
what's going on.
So nothing from the other wrestling program.
AEW is still just kind of trucking along. Next week, well, I guess the biggest thing with them going right now is NXT had their pay-per-view last week, War Games, and there were two of kind of the top guys, Johnny Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly, who before this whole like 2.0 NXT rebrand where it's all colorful and they're trying to get in like younger audiences and younger wrestlers and like kind of homegrown talent instead of indie superstars. Their contracts were coming up. There was a lot of speculation as to whether they would be leaving WWE, going to AEW, or if they'd be sticking around. Because a guy like Johnny Gargano, he's done everything in NXT, but he's a small guy. They're not necessarily going to have a place for him on the main roster. And same to an extent with Kyle O'Reilly. He hasn't really gotten the shot as far as like titles and whatnot in NXT because he was always part of the Undisputed Era. So he was like second lieutenant to Adam Cole the entire time. And they gave him a little bit of a run as a singles guy, put him up against Finn Balor, and he had incredible matches. But for the most part, it's just been kind of rough. Like, his character stuff hasn't really clicked. But him, Kyle O'Reilly, AEW already picked up Adam Cole. They already picked up Bobby Fish, who has been his tag team partner for years, even before they, were a group in NXT. So there's a high likelihood that he would go to AEW. Now, Johnny Gargano, people were more kind of worried or concerned about because he's having a baby in like February. Well, his wife is having a baby in February. There could be some stability to WWE, which I tend to disagree with at this point, because they have proven that they don't respect a contract in the way that they force you to. Like, they'll sign you to a contract for 5 years and then tell you 2 weeks later, hey, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna release you, and in 90 days, we're not paying you anymore. And I think there's a much bigger opportunity for him to succeed in AEW. He doesn't necessarily have like the close friendship circles that some of these other guys like Kyle O'Reilly, or like as is coming up relatively soon by the end of the year, it sounds like Kevin Owens / Kevin Steen may have, and more of a motivation for them to go there. But it's still kind of all speculation. AEW has a show on Wednesday, like a special, it's called Winter is Coming. Last year when they did Winter is Coming, that's when Sting debuted. So people are expecting either one or both of these guys to possibly show up there. And, I guess by the next podcast, we'll know one way or the other. Johnny Gargano was announced on Twitter that he's doing Twitch stuff and things like that, which indicates that he hasn't re-signed with WWE. Whether he will, after some time off, maybe he's just taking time off to be a father, get some paternity leave, but just, not have leave, just, be away from the company
just
for a while.
Bring the baby to the matches.
I mean, Candice is a great wrestler as well, so I would not be surprised to see that baby backstage sooner rather than later at whatever show they end up doing. Same way you'll see with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins' baby sometimes, but never on TV so far. Just so I'm clear there. So that's kind of where the landscape of wrestling is. It should be interesting to see after Wednesday, to see who does show up at Winter is Coming, what happens as far as the title match, because Hangman Page won the title off Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega has gone away. He's getting surgery. He had to drop the AAA title that he had, which is a federation in Mexico. They had their kind of big pay-per-view and crowned a new champion there a couple of weeks ago. But Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson rather, is coming in hot, and there's a good chance that they could actually just put the title on him, take it off Hangman kind of that quickly, and move down that road, because with more and more guys coming in, I don't want to say, they need to hot potato the title a little more, but these past title runs have been a long time. Chris Jericho held that title for a long time. Jon Moxley held that title for basically the entire pandemic period, and Kenny Omega's had it for quite a while now. So they've had 4 titles in the 4 title holders in the basically 3 years that they've existed now. So, it might be time for them to kind of pass that around a little more, as they have bigger names that they would maybe want to include in that lineage, including Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole and people of that nature, before they get it on to their like pillar names like MJF, who's coming up against CM Punk and guys like that. Some of the younger, more homegrown talent that they've put a lot of focus on. So it should be interesting.
All right. Yeah, that's good. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into what we've been watching. So I guess you can continue to talk because I really haven't really watched much this week. Well, actually, I did watch this new. Well, it's somewhat new. Crossing Swords. It's a Hulu exclusive that I think it started last year or year before last. But it's almost like Robot Chicken. I mean, Seth Green, I think, is one of the producers up there, and it's like these. I'm trying to think of the toys. Are there? I think like the little people. Like, is that the ones where they have no arms? And they have just bodies or something like that.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah, it kind of does that, and it's just really vulgar type of show, and it's okay. I think it's okay. It has its moments. So it's good for me just to have on in the background sometimes. Yeah, but it's all right show. It just has its second season just started recently, so I watched a bit of that because I did miss some of the first season, so I think I started from that and. I saw some of the second season, and it's actually okay. Like, I mean, I enjoy it. It's all right show. Other than that, that's it. So what you been watching?
All right. So I did watch Curb Your Enthusiasm. This week's I don't think was as good as the past couple this season. I think it's kind of the low point this season, but still funny, still enjoyable, but just not quite up to the same level as the past couple of episodes. So I watched that. Also, hold on a second. Take a sip of water because my throat is scratchy apparently. All right. Yeah. So also I watched Hawkeye. I'm not going to talk about that too much because you haven't seen it yet. Still another good episode. This one is doing a lot of good kind of bonding between the two characters, the Kate Bishop Hawkeye and Clinton Barton Hawkeye. They're also getting more into the actiony bits, leaning down into the final two episodes, basically. So it's kind of going places. I'm still enjoying it quite a bit. I like the character work between them. There was a point in time where I was like, oh, they should just kill off Clint and move on with Kate Bishop as the new Hawkeye or whatever. But I think I really like the dynamic between the two of them. So I wouldn't necessarily want that to happen. And then kind of the big thing that I watched this week was the South Park post-COVID special. You had recommended watching that. So I checked that out and I thought it was a lot of fun. I like the fact that they're like, in the future, we're doing this, and it's the characters telling, like Kyle and Stan. It's like, we live here too. We know, we know how this world works.
And like in the future, yes, everybody's nice.
Yeah,
and nobody makes fun of like you see Jimmy doing jokes, and it's not a joke.
Yeah, there's one where it was like Mexicans. He was like, Mexicans, have you heard about them? They're really fine, generous people.
What else is in the future?
They soy bug-based proteins. And so
that's right.
Said, as you know, in the future, we no longer eat meats because we know that that's bad. Can you tell me? Maybe it's from like a previous episode or something. What is up with like the yarn things on people's heads? Have they explained that at some point?
The yarn?
Yeah, like whatever those helmet things are. They look like they're made of like rope or yarn or something.
Oh, darn. I don't remember.
Have huge like bubble things on their heads. But nobody mentions them, so I figured maybe it's just something that's happened in a previous episode and carrying
gotta
over.
Look at that. I don't remember that. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing it. Maybe I'd seen it. I just didn't.
Yeah.
Maybe just like I already knew and didn't really think about it. I don't know.
Yeah. But I thought it was a lot of fun. I didn't expect it to necessarily be a cliffhanger the way it was. And I think the second episode comes out like this coming week. So I look forward to see what they're doing with that. Because, it was like, okay, we're going someplace. And then they just kind of stop. And I was like, oh, man, I thought this was like a self-contained
being a Jew and then his kids end up hitting Kyle because they see how Kyle reacts to him. Say, fuck you, Kyle. Say, fuck you.
Fuck you, Uncle Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't trust Cartman, right? Like this has got to be some like elaborate fucking scheme. This probably aren't even his kids.
Yeah. Oh, those they look like his
They
kids.
do.
I think he just took it. He takes it far. He takes it that far.
That poor woman's gonna find out that he never loved her. He just wanted the most Jewish woman he could find. Yeah. It really was ridiculous when he was having sex with his wife, just talking about old Jewish stories.
Yeah, like talking about like Abraham or something.
Yeah, when Abraham crossed the desert. Yeah. It's so fucking stupid. But yeah, it was enjoyable. I had a lot of fun watching that.
I like the new Alexa. Like how Alexa's is like a nagging housewife or something.
Yeah.
And then how she was saying like all hey, do you want to buy this or something like that? Hey, this is yeah, that was a pretty good show. It definitely was better than the last one. I think it was definitely better than the last episode they had. But I just want to know what. Yeah, I want to know what's going to happen. They're going to go back in time or something like that. And also about like the father. Yeah, that was fine with the father. Like Stan killed he accidentally killed his sister because he buried the weed farm because of the father not wanting to give up half the weed farm to his wife.
Yeah.
And then before the divorce. And then how she killed herself?
She killed herself. After Wendy died. Or not Wendy.
And he just tried to blame everything on him. Like it's not his problem.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. And just like the pangolin, he blamed it on China, saying, no, it's their fault. Basically, like, hey, it came from China, so it's their fault. All right. Is that it? That's all you watched?
Yeah, that's what I watched this week.
All right. So I guess I'll start because since we played the same game.
Yeah.
So I played some more Trails in the Sky. I finally get to Crossbell City. Now, Crossbell City was this main city you were in the PSP games that I played. I played them last year. And so that was the main city where everything took place in that city. So I'm finally getting to that. I just arrived, so I haven't really walked into the city yet. So I'm curious of how it looks in 3D now. So I'm like, oh, how is it going to look? And also now it's being occupied by the country I'm from now because we took it over from the last game. I'm wondering how the citizens are. But it's been a year. It's been occupied. So somebody was telling me that, hey, things have been toned down a bit. And I was afraid of like how they react to me. But they said they don't really see me as a threat. 'Cause even though I'm from Erebonia, and we occupied them, and I'm known as like the Ashen Chevalier or something like that.
Ooh.
Chevalier, whatever. And like I'm a famous soldier or something. But they don't really see me as like they hate me or super threat because I came after it was occupied, and I actually saved them from another country which is about to come through and cause trouble because they were going to cause a war. So, it'll probably kill some citizens because of that. And I stopped them from even attempting that. So some people kind of see me as like somewhat of a hero in that retrospect. They see me as something different. That like I'm not actually like a main soldier of the army, but something else, which I am because I don't really, I'm not really for what the government's doing, but you're not totally against it either. It's kind of just like, it's like real politics, really. Like, you're the country you're from. I mean, you get some things they do, but it's still your country. So you're going to, like, if push comes to shove, you're going to defend your country regardless. If something happens, because they're not doing anything. I mean, everything that's being done is good for the citizens. Really. It's nothing that's hurting the citizens. Like our country is not suffering or anything like that. So we really Crossbell Crossbell. I guess things didn't really change as far as if you're a regular citizen. I think things didn't change for the worse for you, but you just don't like the situation it's just like basically it's almost like you have no control. I mean, I guess you can look at that. Like these people have no control, so they have all different kind of opinions. Some people are okay with it, some people are not. Which I do like that. I like that it's not black and white. Like this is wrong and this is right. Like what's happening. Like something's happening behind closed doors, but it's a lot of players on the field. That's the thing. It's like it's not just one organization that's bad and one organization is good. There's multiple organizations and they all have their goals, and it's like I don't know what's wrong or right. And I mean, I think that's what it is. It's like you got to decide what you want, like for your future. I think that's what, and like this is what you were taught when you were young. So now you kind of see how politics work and how governments work. Is that things aren't black and white, and I just have to go with what I think is right, like personally. So that's kind of I like that view in the game. I like, especially an RPG like this, because usually these type of RPGs, it's simple, you know. It's like it's the bad guy and the good guy, you know. Like say, hey, this guy's trying to take over the world or do something wrong, and then you're trying to stop him. Now it's more like you're just trying to keep things in order. There is some terrorist groups doing shit, but like you're just trying to stop them from getting people hurt, really. But you don't know what the end goal is, and then there's other players coming who are against them, but they're not for you either. So it really like creates some confusion, but like the good kind of confusion, because I was like, oh man, what's going on here? And I also like that I'm seeing, like I said before, like I'm seeing characters I've seen years ago, and now they're older. Like they're either grown, they're either men or women now, or they were little kids and now they're teenagers. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of cool seeing that and how they change. Like the Crown Prince was like a little kid, and like when I seen him, but now he's like an arrogant son of a bitch now, who like, because I guess he must have felt helpless. So something changed him. I don't know what it is, but I'm just guessing maybe he felt helpless as a kid and he just changed himself. Like he's a little cocky, and towards people, like more so. And everybody mentions it, like, man, this is not the same guy from like years ago. And he's got stronger. Like he wasn't really much of a fighter. He was still learning, and now he's gotten great. He said, "Hey, I just did this in 2 months," and he's getting cocky. He's like, in 2 months, say what you think I'm going to be in another 2 months or something like that. Because he's in the other school. He's in the school I went to. Well, the main character, I should say, went to years ago. Well, a year ago now. He's in Thor's. I graduated from there. I just recently graduated from there, so now he's going there. And I'm at Thor's. It's a branch school, so it's like it's another town over. Since you got more citizens because of Crossbell and things of that nature, they made another school. So they look at the school I'm at now as like a lesser school because it's new and everything. But it's only lesser because like it's not as many students and just starting out. But it was like an instance where the Crown Prince came over and he wanted me to come back to the main school to be the teacher. He said like to leave that school, say, hey, you should come back here and like, cause it's better. And basically, and for probably his own personal reasons, which I still don't know why. I mean, he does respect me because I did save his life before, but it's the way he acts it. Like he was disappointed when I said like, what the main character said, I think about it. And he's like taken aback, almost thinking like I should have just said yes. And then he came back a few days later when we were doing like, I guess their version of war games or something like that. They were practicing in those giant mech suits. Mm-hmm. And they came from the Thor school. So it's like, hey, let's do like the main school versus the branch school. And then even though we beat them, but he said, but he was saying that, yeah, you beat us, but I only been training for 2 months and I was this good. So he's just saying like he's going to get better, I guess, or something like that. And it's like there was just students versus students. It wasn't me because I'm a teacher. So obviously I was going to beat them. But so you played as the other students, which I mean, you control the students anyway because they go on the missions with you. But it was the fight, I'd say it was a little tough. Because I don't know if it's because of my level. I think it's just the way I think they set up to be that way too, because they were taking a lot of my health. But I won. And I still like this game that they make it easier. Like if you lose, you can just start the battle right again. You know, you don't have to wait to start from the last save point and shit like that. So that's why I really like this game. And because a lot of JRPGs are not that lenient with that. Like they just be like, oh, you lost, so last save point. But yeah, they do it really convenient way. But yeah, this game, I'm really getting into it because I just like to see like, oh, okay, I want to see what guy I'm going to see now, like what they've been up to, like my classmates. Because now I'm seeing, I met a couple of them, so now I know I'm going to meet some more in Crossbell, and yeah, but the game, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Did I play anything else? Yeah, oh, yeah, Cyberpunk. Really just going through the main missions. And it's okay. Like it's an alright game, but it's not grabbing me like The Witcher did. Like I'm not getting so invested where I want to just keep playing. Like I might do a mission and then that's good. What else? There was some problems with it, but I played it earlier in the week, so I forget. I need to write this stuff down. What was it? Just something wrong. I can't remember. But I mean, it's okay. Like so far, it's okay. It's like I do get a point where I wish I had cheats so I could have enough money or something to get something.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I gotta do shit the right way, which I don't like. But it's just so far. I'm still at the early stages of it. Yeah, I mean, maybe I get to a point where it just grabs me. Right now, it's like, I mean, I still want to play it. It's just that I'm not invested. Like with The Witcher, where I got lost in it. Like I got lost in The Witcher. I was playing that for like forever. So I haven't really got to that point. Also, I played some of that One Piece Warriors 4 on Game Pass. Since I like Dynasty Warriors games, and I've been watching One Piece, the anime. So I was like, hey, let me try this game out. Thing is, 4 starts at a certain point in the show where I did see, but I think after that stage is going to get to places where I haven't seen yet. So I was like, I don't want to play too much because it's going to spoil the show for me. So I just played like a stage just to see how it is. And I mean, it's a Warriors game. So it's like you fight a whole bunch of enemies, but this time you have Luffy, and then you can of course play with the other guys too, but I think the first stage you just playing with Luffy because that's the start, and he stretches his arms out and everything that he does. That's his power. He's Mr. Fantastic basically, yeah. And I mean it controls well. It's fun. I mean it's not really much I can say. I'm sure there's other things that are different about it, like than a regular Warriors game. But I haven't got that far yet. Like I just played one stage, so it was just basic. Now I did play a few stages of 3 because I said, you know what, I want to try out 3 since it's cheap, and also it starts from the very beginning of the show. So it's like, okay, so I'm not gonna spoil anything. I've seen all this stuff before. Only problem with this game is, well, not the only problem, but the problem with this game is that I think they stopped English, like dubbing it. Like they started doing English translations. Well, it's translated like voices, English voices, I should say. Voice acting. They just stopped doing that stuff. Only in the Zelda game they did it because that's probably higher production value because it's Nintendo, so they said they're gonna have to do it.
Right.
But like with this, and I think the last Dynasty Warriors game I played, 8. I didn't play 9. And actually 8, did 8 have English? I'm gonna say it didn't. I mean, the Fire Emblem one, because like I said, that's to Nintendo. But there was another Dynasty Warriors. There's another Warriors game I played, and it was, I think, Titanfall. I think it was Titanfall. Yeah. Well, it was KOE. I mean, it's sort of like Dynasty Warriors, but it's not really. But yeah, that wasn't translated. It's like it gets, because then I'm like, I don't want to read all that stuff really. Like, I mean, I just want to hear them talk. So that gets a little frustrating. If you like Warriors games, this is right up the alley. Basically, or you like the show too, so it's like, hey, you playing you're playing the episodes of the show. All right, I guess we'll talk about the big one that came out this week, which is Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
So You go first. See how you enjoy it so far. What you played.
All right, so I am still relatively early in the game. I have not gotten down to the Halo yet. I'm still on the ship. I actually ran into some issues first trying to get it installed, which I still have been unsuccessful with. So I just ended up playing it streaming through the browser.
So, like, what kind of install? Like, what's the install doing?
It's just not even giving me the option to install it. When I bring it up in Game Pass, instead of like an install button, it just has a frowny face. Like legit, it's just like, I don't know what's going on here. I think it has something to do with like me not being signed in, even though I'm signed in. I don't really understand, because it gives me the option to sign in, but when I click on that, it doesn't take me anywhere. But if I go into settings, it shows that I'm tied to my Microsoft Store account. So
you know what, that app, man, it has issues though.
It really does.
That app has issues.
Yeah. So I thought maybe it was my Windows update, because I'm also still on the old build. You know, I had mentioned that I reinstalled Windows, but then to record the podcast, I was like, oh, let me just go back to my old thing so I don't have to set everything up again. And it worked fine. So I've kind of been like putting off going back and setting up everything on that new fresh install of Windows, because everything's kind of working fine, except for this now, obviously. So I even tried, because people had mentioned if you go into the Microsoft Store, you can like get it through there, but that didn't seem to work either. It didn't give me an option. It just linked me back to the Xbox app. So like I said, I eventually just went and started playing it streaming, because I was like, I'm not wasting any more time with this. There's an easy way to just go and play this, which is like, it's kind of funny that now streaming the game is basically what everybody, you know, praised consoles over, because even consoles aren't that anymore. You still have to go on your console, and then you end up downloading like 7 patches and 6 updates and all sorts of other things and installing before you can even play a game that you buy on a disc. So now streaming is like the only avenue for you to just pick up
you
a
were still
thing
talking
and play.
I said hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, damn.
I didn't hear you over my talking.
What I'm trying to think of the last thing I heard.
I was basically just saying that the streaming is now what people want out of console gaming, which was like to just pick up and start playing a game, because you can't do that on the console anymore.
Yeah.
You know, because you still have to even if you have a disc, you have to install a thing and you have to do updates. And from what I was reading is like, if you buy the disc version, and maybe I just heard this mentioned a couple of places, but basically if you buy the disc version of Halo and you play an unpatched version of that, it's fucking not a game at all. Like it's the shittiest version of the game you could possibly think of, and borderline unplayable. Which is crazy, because on the opposite end, people that are actually able to play it are, you know, praising this game. You know, they're saying it's extremely good. But yeah, so I kind of had a bad experience there. And then the reason I stopped playing the game was because, and I had this happen with Grand Theft Auto when I was playing it through the streaming app too, that my controller just stops working. Like it stops recognizing input. So I was playing, and then all of a sudden, and I recorded this, so if you use the video, you'll see I just run off a platform at a certain point. Like I'm doing like the ship escape part, and I just go running off the platform. And then I was like, that was weird. Maybe it just like lagged or something. And it jumps back into the game after reloading, and I just go running off the platform again, because it basically quick saved me like right before that platform. And I just go running off. And then I'm like, oh. So I like start trying to press buttons on my controller, and nothing's reacting. So I'm like, well, shit.
That's weird that yours stopped in the middle, while mine's, if I don't have it turned on when I go to Xbox app, it will work in the app. It won't work in the game if I didn't turn on when I first go into Google. Like if I have my Google Chrome open, like even I'm not on the Xbox site, then I just say, okay, I'm gonna go Xbox site, the streaming site to play.
It definitely gives me a warning, like, hey, you don't have a controller connected. And I'm like, yes, I do.
That's new. And that's new. That just happened. They started doing that.
Yeah.
That wasn't even there like a few weeks ago.
Okay.
But yeah, But even then, like, yeah, it gives me the warning. But when I go into the game, it don't work. So I have to close the whole thing and then turn it back on. So I don't know what the hell that means. But for you, like, just to not work while in it, yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah, they still have some issues to work out.
Yeah.
With that app. But yeah, I never had it where I stopped in the middle. Like, I never had it where I stopped in the middle of playing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But yeah, that's messed up then.
Yeah. But all that aside, just the beginning of Halo, it feels like Halo to me. Like this feels like Halo games I've played in the past, and more so like one of the older ones, because 4 did feel different. You know, it gave me more of kind of a Metroid-y vibe to it, and I don't think it was just like the different. Maybe it was the weapons and stuff, but just the feel of it, like even just the gameplay aspect of it felt kind of different from those previous games. And this very much feels like it's kind of going back to that. I never played 5, so I can't speak on how that one felt. I do like the addition of the grapple hook. I think that's really cool. I like just, kind of shooting it into the grunts and running into them and fucking them up.
That grapple hook is awesome.
Yeah, so I think overall, I'm not like blown away by the graphics, but also I was telling you, like, at least what I'm seeing on the streaming side, like everything's really soft. Like it's almost like I'm playing this game on the Switch or something like that. Like it feels low resolution. But so far so good. Like I'm liking it. I'm not like I need to get back into this game immediately. I've never been huge on Halo, but I do find those games fun. And I think so far, I think this one is quite entertaining. So how are you feeling about it, Dominic?
All right. I just want to, I want to compare your video with mine. Maybe because visually, I kind of agree with you with the softness. Well, a little bit. I mean, but I do see, but I don't know. I don't think it's that soft. I seen something like my Cyberpunk. I feel like that's really soft.
Oh, okay.
When on Stadia, like it doesn't look as good as the Xbox games I played. Like as far as that, like you know what I'm saying. Like how like low resolution. Like it doesn't feel like I'm playing at 1080p or something like that. On Stadia.
Yeah.
So, but the Halo, it feels like. I don't know. I don't think it's like 720p. I mean, I think it's still close to 1080p. It looks better than what Cyberpunk does. That's all I can say. It looks better than that.
The funny thing is, like, I'm watching my video back now, and I feel like my video looks better than what I was actually seeing in the game.
Oh, so yeah, the game. I really enjoyed this. Like, I like the feel of it. I'm definitely like the grapple hook. I didn't really get it in multiplayer. Like, I didn't really understand it because I was like, hey, where can I grapple to? Because I think the multiplayer maps, they have an invisible wall, a ceiling, I guess you could say. Because I'm trying to grapple high. While this, the single player, because the stages have to make sense, well, they should make sense, and they do. They make it like, hey, you can't, it's a ceiling, like so far, or there's nothing to grapple up too high. Because so far in the open world, I got the open world part, I look like I grapple anywhere. So I was like, okay, this works. I mean, you can't grapple super far or anything like Just Cause. You still have a limit or anything, but I was just grappling up a mountain and, trying to get up high. And I was like, okay, now this is working. Like, this is what I imagine it to be like. But I don't know that they changed it for multiplayer, so it's better, or maybe there should be a limitation because it's multiplayer. I have no idea. But yeah, I do like the grapple. The guns, the main guns, the guns that we always had are great. Now the needler, I feel like it doesn't explode like it used to when I start shooting enemies. Like it explodes, but it doesn't. I guess I feel like it's a timing thing where I like, okay, I put this many needles on there and bam, they should explode. And they don't. And I'm like, oh, I guess it's a little different in this game. Also, I don't know if there's executions in this game. Like, can you get behind somebody? Can you just like break their neck or something? Or
I don't
you
think
just
I've
hit
seen
them?
anything like that so far.
Yeah, I don't think. I kind of wish it was. But then again, I guess, hey, that does take time because people be shooting you, whatever. So
Yeah.
I guess maybe people complain about that. Say, hey, they're shooting me while I'm doing this execution. What else like felt different? I did draw some vehicles. I mean, it felt better. I think it felt a little bit better than what I played previously. But I don't know. I mean, maybe it felt just as good. I mean, I didn't really hate 5. Like, I felt like the vehicles got better as time went on, you know? So I can't think of it getting worse than from previous games.
Mm.
But I think the layout, when I got to the open world, is like other open world games. Like, you got these icons on the map, and one area is where I can save some soldiers. And I do like how they make the soldiers, they don't just die quickly like in other Halo games. Like, soldiers, man, their health would just go down fast. I'm like, oh, goddamn. It's like I'm protecting them.
It's because you're useless.
More so than they helping me.
Yeah.
And so this one, I don't know if they're invincible or what, but they weren't dying on me. And one time, since all I could get was a mongoose at the beginning, like, I guess as time goes on, you unlock other vehicles, because there's a base where you can get vehicles and weapons and soldiers. So if you save some soldiers, so I saved some soldiers, so I guess they're at the base now, and you can get people to come with you. You can get different vehicles and different weapons. Now, right now, all I have is unlocked is certain weapons and only one vehicle, and that's the mongoose. So mongoose, you only can get one guy behind you on it.
Right.
So, well, one guy or girl, like it's a mix. You know, and
Master Chief doesn't discriminate.
yeah, he does. So I only could take one with me to this side mission I was doing, like taking over this base, and I was thinking like, oh man, this person's just going to die. And nah, they held their own. I was like, oh good, and they were killing enemies. So it's like, oh, I like this. I like that they actually are helping me. I don't have to worry about them anymore, and it was fun. Just going through and killing those enemies in that base, because it felt good. Because like, I love how Halo feels. Mm-hmm. With the shooting and everything, that it just feels like, oh, this is fun as hell, like doing this, like grappling up top, or like getting a different gun and like sniping people or things of that nature. So yeah, it was cool doing that. Now, some of the newer guns, I'm still trying to figure them out, and like, I still feel like I still like the older guns better. Like, my favorite setup is still the regular battle rifle, being I always get confused, the assault rifle and the battle rifle. Yeah. But I like both of them. I like both of them. And then you have this other one, I think it's called the Carbine one. And
the new
it's
like 3-shot, or I don't know about new, but like the 3-shot alien one.
No, that's not the alien one. Oh no, that the Carbine. Well, I do like. Well, there's a alien. I think it's called a Carbine, and that's almost like a regular, like their version of assault.
Yeah.
And,
okay, gotcha.
And I mean, I like that gun, but I forgot what this one. It's actually a human gun. I'm trying to think. It's more like an assault rifle, but it's like, you know, it's one shot. Mm-hmm. You know, but it's like precision. It's like precise. It's not a sniper, but it's more precise type of assault gun.
Gotcha.
And now that has been I think in previous games. I think it's just a slightly different. But I also like that now, you know, the plasma weapons, the energy weapons, you can pick up energy. Mm-hmm. You don't have to get a whole new weapon. Because like, you used to have to get a whole new weapon if your energy weapon was drained, you got to throw it away because you can't charge it or nothing like that. You got to get another one. This time, you can pick up energy with those energy weapons. And there's charging stations. And the charging stations are great. Because now, you remember in older Halo games, you would have like human weapons, but then it'd get to a point where there's no more human weapons around. Mm-hmm. Because nobody dropped their guns. So all you can do is use alien weapons. Now they have it that there are charging stations. So the charging stations is kinetic or energy. So you can always, for kinetic, like, which is the basic human stuff, and some alien stuff is kinetic also. You could just go there and you'll get the ammo. So it's like, oh shit. So now it's like, I don't have to drop weapons like that now. I mean, unless I'm just a long way from a charging station, but there's a chance that I can keep a weapon now. Because sometimes I might have a sniper gun or something that's like, I'm not going to get no sniper bullets. Like, so I'm just going to drop it. But now I have a chance where I can keep it like my second weapon and then find a charging station and I can get some ammo. So they made that a whole lot easier. which I'm surprised they haven't done that earlier. Like, I'm surprised it took this long to do that. I mean, I'm guessing I guess that either the people making the game or whatever, just not think like, oh, this is a thing of Halo. Like, you don't end your weapons, you don't get ammo or something like that. But I guess this time they said, fuck it. Yeah, you're going to you can pick up NG ammo now. And we're going to make it so that there's actually stations where you can just get ammo to charge up what weapon you have. So you can probably keep your favorite weapon a whole lot longer than you used to. This game, so far, I am enjoying it. I really enjoy it. I'm actually enjoying it. I actually a little surprised how much I am enjoying it. I thought it was going to be something like, I like it, but like, I don't like, I'll just play it sparingly or so. But yeah, I really like so far I like the improvements they've done. And I like how the story is kind of implemented while you're playing. It's not just cutscenes. And of course, the load times are pretty good because I am streaming it. So from the Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
And the new katana. Well, I forgot what they call her.
Weapon.
Yes, something stupid. God, to Halo with their names, like the names and stuff.
You can't give them real names, Dominic. Then they become real people, and then they become evil. Just gotta treat her like a tool.
But I'm glad to have a voice again, because I was like, I kind of missed that from the previous games when Katana wasn't there. It's actually starting from 3. Like, Katana was only there for some parts of the game in 3, but most of the game she wasn't, because you were trying to find her. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad to have like some type of AI like speaking. But yeah, so far I really enjoy. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this game. Like, I really like it. It kind of make me go play Halo Wars 2, because that's where these guys are from. This enemy they're fighting, the Banish. Yeah. It was in that. And I did play it. I played it. I want to play it again. And with the DLC, I feel like, I want to probably try that out one of these days. After all the games I got to fucking play. That I haven't touched yet. But yeah, Halo, yeah, I'm really enjoying this game so far. So I'm glad the wait is over. I got my hands on it. Oh, I did find out about the multiplayer, about the bot situation I was saying I'm having problems with. Everybody's having problems with that. And it's not really it's not really like an issue with the game. It's just that the game can only have a certain amount of people on screen, a certain amount of bots, I should say, in a game. Which I wish it would tell you that, and don't give me the option to pick it. To pick right. Those. I want bots on the other team. Like, so it only gives me, I think you only can have 8 bots in total. So that's why I only see like one bot on the other team. Because I picked 7 because, I'm going to be one of the players, and then I pick 8 on the other team. But then I go in the game, I was like, there's only one bot on the other team. So what's going on? And that's what somebody said. And it was like a lot of people, and there's a lot of people who's like me saying, man, I was really happy when they said we're going to play against bots now, but I can't set up a big team battle or anything.
Play against bot.
With them. I can't set up a big team battle. That's wild. They don't ride vehicles. Somebody said, yeah, they don't ride vehicles either. So it's like, why couldn't they say, I hope they put a patch in or something to make it so, because like that's really the reason. I mean, that's like the big reason I was really looking forward to this. Yeah. The Halo multiplayer. It's like, yes, I can finally just play with bots and I just get pwned, as the kids would say. In these games, like actually, do the people used to use pwn? Is that still a thing? Or that's like 10 years old now?
They still they still teabag people or something, I'm sure.
And or that, what's that Frogger emoji thing?
Oh, Pepe.
Yeah,
that one's maybe a little more questionable.
I still see it in Twitch though.
Oh yeah, Twitch is rife with it. It's weird because like it has some like racist associations, but then I also see it on some like more liberal channels too. It's weird.
It's racist. I don't know what that thing is, Daniel.
Well, like, it was associated with some like racist stuff. I don't know that the original Pepe was ever, it wasn't designed like this is a metaphor for, I don't know, some race or something. It's not like that, but it's, I don't know.
Like French people?
Yes.
That's a French fry, Peppy?
Yeah, exactly. We should just turn it into that, I guess.
All right, so I guess we'll take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get to the flashback segment.
All right.
And we're back. And then we're flashbacking to 2011, 10 years ago. Not really much came out because now we're kind of in the dead zone of games because usually the big games come out, November, and then they just
sell
everybody
through
just buys it
December.
out for Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. We don't usually see something until January. At least 10 years ago, you'll see games in January. Now, 20 years ago, that's questionable. You might get a few, but not really a lot. Like, I forgot when year it started, when January they started getting games like a lot. Because I remember you usually didn't get games until like November. It'll be a break probably until like maybe end of February or something, or middle of February, or something like that, till you see some like heavy hitter come out, or maybe March. But anyway, so what we got here? We got The Adventures of Tintin, the game came out. Oh, because of the movie.
Yep.
Hey, it's been 10 years from that movie?
Yeah.
Some reason
I think we saw
longer.
it on like one of the covers or something earlier this month or last month. Yep.
Also, we
that classic.
I like that movie, man.
It is a good movie. I was surprised we never got like the follow-up because that was the one that Peter Jackson directed, right? And Steven Spielberg helped out with, and then we were supposed to get a Steven Spielberg like sequel or something like that.
But it was a combination of them two.
Yeah.
And man, I really enjoyed that movie, but I think maybe it didn't do well, like money wise in theaters as much as.
I think it was an expensive movie to make too.
Yeah. I mean, if you've seen it, goddamn.
Yeah.
It looks like an expensive movie. But yeah, it was great. That was a really fun film to watch.
Yeah. Game, not so much.
But yeah, maybe not. Trine 2 came out.
Yeah.
Now Trine, what is that? That's the co-op kind of RPG, action RPG type of game. Yeah. Hey, I was trying to get you to play it, but you just never would.
Yep.
Yeah. But I never played it. Yeah, I never touched it. Really. So I always hear good reviews for it though. Oh, this is how you do? You put solid reviews? Oh, God damn. You can put all this shit.
I'm streamlining the process.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Daniel did a flashback segment this time. And he's just trying to do it more, trying to be better than me. Anyway.
Not it at all.
It apparently it has solid reviews for it. But
yeah, it was like high 7s, 8s, stuff like that. It was pretty good.
Oh, okay. Push Mode, I remember this game on 3DS, the Blocker Ranger game. Yeah, because people really liked it. I never played it though.
Yeah, he plays a little like sumo wrestler looking guy. I guess now he kind of almost like an Among Us looking guy, and you pull out the puzzle pieces and stuff. It always seemed like a really neat kind of concept.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, I mean, not really Among Us, but Fallout guys, because it came out the same year as Among Us. Like that's coming to Xbox. I'm like, darn it. Is it going to be like a resurgence? Because it's like it's been too long.
It never went away,
quiet.
Dominic.
I mean, from what I just looked it up like I think yesterday to see like how the numbers were. Well, you only can see the Steam numbers, but they are down. But it's still quite a few people playing it, but it's definitely down. It's not as popular as it was. And like on Twitch, you remember that was like in the top 5 or 10. Now it's not. I don't know. It's in the top 20. I don't think it's in the top 20 sometimes. So it's probably most times. So it's like why they took so long to come on Xbox? Like what is up with that?
Yeah.
Did it ever come to Switch
too?
Have
some kind of exclusivity? That's a good question. I don't think it's out on the Switch yet. I thought originally it was supposed to come around the same time as the Xbox version, but that's what I was going to ask is like, is this coming to Game Pass? Because that'd be a good Game Pass game, but I don't know that I'm looking to buy Fall Guys on the Xbox. Granted, I had it from the PlayStation, but still, at this point, what's that?
I said, but we got it for free,
right? Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what you're saying. That's you have it because you wouldn't buy it again. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah, because like I don't know if I would have bought it to begin with. You know, it seemed like a really cute game, and it was. I had a lot of fun with it, but I had a lot of fun with it for about a week. It's not something
Yeah, exactly.
that stuck with me.
I think that's
too
somebody
much.
said. Yeah, that's what some people say. It's like, yeah, but it's good, but you'll get bored. I mean, it's something you want to play sparingly. Like you don't want to, because you want to play all the time.
And like, I got to give them credit. Like they're doing new seasons and there's, new levels and constantly new costumes. But of course that's because they want to sell you stuff. Like they even announced at the Game Awards, they've got Nightmare Before Christmas stuff coming. You can be Jack Skeleton Egg or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's a game that if I had a lot more time, I would not mind going back to, but there are so many other games that I'd rather invest time in.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that's it for 2011. So now we're going back 20 years to 2001, and we got the Flintstones, Big Trouble in Little Big Rock for the Game Boy Advance. And you say it looks fine.
Yeah, there was not a lot of talk around this game that I could find. It didn't even have a Wikipedia page of its own. But I watched some videos of it, and it looks all right. Like, it looks like what you would expect out of a side-scrolling licensed game. It did not have
the second movie?
John Goodman in there. So
no, that was a little too older.
Okay.
The second movie. When did the second movie come out? I know that came out.
Oh, is that the one that was like younger Fred Flintstone and they had a different actor? Yeah. This was definitely based on the cartoon. But I don't know if it had any sort of movie tie-ins or anything like that.
I love that Halle Berry in that first one. I love her.
Could have just stopped it. I love that Halle Berry.
So the last game we got here, Mortal Kombat Advance for the Game Boy Advance, which is MK3 Ultimate.
Yeah.
He said, but really bad.
Yeah, it got terrible reviews because I was confusing this one with like Deadly Alliance Game Boy Advance version, which I remember playing and liking quite a bit. And yeah, it was not.
I did not know they had a Deadly Alliance version.
Yeah, because I played as Frost in that game a lot. That's how I became familiar with Frost.
Frost was I don't know Mortal Kombat characters. I didn't know she was an old character.
Yeah, she was basically just like Sub-Zero, but a woman back in the day.
Okay.
Before she, now she's a robot or whatever synthoid type thing that has all sorts of different kind of moves. Before she was just like, oh yeah, I do all the same thing that Sub-Zero does, but like I'm a lady. Yeah, but this one, I think I remember now seeing this coming out and being kind of excited for it because I've always liked the Mortal Kombat franchise and like also being like, oh, I want something for my Game Boy Advance, and then reading like the Nintendo Power review or something of it where it got like a 1, and it's just like, ooh, this is not good. I think part of it was like the Game Boy Advance just didn't have enough buttons. Because remember, the Game Boy Advance only had 2 face buttons and then the 2 shoulder buttons. So there was a lot of like Super Nintendo era stuff that you wanted to see on the Game Boy Advance because it could handle it. But from a control scheme aspect, it was just impossible to replicate.
Darn. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But eventually they fixed it. They got it so we can actually play all those games. But they don't put them out.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, so that is it for the flashback segment. They're a very small one. So now we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. And now we're doing the gaming news. But I'm also going to be watching my Redskins play, so you might hear me scream a bit when these games are on.
It's fine, because you might also hear my daughter scream in the background. All right. Yeah, so first up, Dominic.
Oh my God, this game is now on national TV? Are you serious? I'm watching they had Family Guy on. I gotta go to a legal site. All right. I gotta find a legal site now. Damn.
That's how they get you, Dominic. All right. So first up, before we get into the Game Awards stuff, there's a couple of news items I thought worth mentioning. Scorn, that is the Xbox, I believe, exclusive that is just like moist orifices all over the place. Looks kind of like an H.R. Geiger Aliens type thing, but we don't really know what the hell it is. I think it's first person action adventure style game that has been, I don't want to say delayed. It's coming out October 2022, doesn't have a firm date, but I could have sworn that at one point this was a launch title for the Xbox. And then at a certain point it was like, oh, it's coming in 2021. It's going to be out by the end of the year. And now we're talking like a full year out from that. So I consider it having been, delayed basically because they've been lying to us.
What's scoring again?
It's the one that's like just weird alien dicks on walls and stuff.
Oh yes,
yeah,
that's right.
I knew that would be the description that reminds me. Yeah, it looks kind of like the aliens, but like just holes and things protruding and stuff. Yeah.
It says slips. I didn't know what date it was supposed to come.
Well, that's what I was explaining. Like it feels like it's supposed to have been released like twice now, and I don't think they ever gave it a firm date, but they definitely implied that it was coming at least by the end of this year at some point. So, yeah. All right, we also got some new news. There's another game coming to the Switch Online Expansion Pass in January. This past month we added Paper Mario. Now they're going to be adding Banjo-Kazooie. I'm excited about that, but still not enough to get excited about actually paying for that pass. There are plenty of other ways to play Banjo-Kazooie. The retro replay,
not handheld.
Xbox. That is true. And if we just got Game Pass on the Switch, Dominic, we could all be happy. But Nintendo doesn't want to make those deals.
They don't stream. Yeah, they don't stream the Rare thing, right?
I don't know.
Rare replay.
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember seeing it, but I don't know. Because some older game, hey, they do have some older games up there. I mean, shit, it's Gears is up there. Shit. The original one.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them was up there.
If they don't, I feel like at some point they've got to work on making that happen.
But I still haven't got, because even though I got the thing from my phone to put on my controller, well, my phone I think it's a little too big. I mean, it fits, but it doesn't fit nicely.
Right.
It's too big. I went too big with the damn phone. Damn.
Yeah. So we got that. And then some other big news. There previously been rumors. I think like Snoop Dogg said something about Dr. Dre's working on a new Grand Theft Auto something or other. So there was a lot of speculation around what that could be and how maybe that was these remasters that recently came out. But Rockstar has now announced that they're doing a new kind of expansion story bit for Grand Theft Auto Online that stars Franklin and, of course, your create a character as his partner, and features Dr. Dre. And that is actually coming out on December 15th, so we're mere days away from the launch of that thing. As far as, like, your experience with Grand Theft Auto Online and the story-based stuff, like, is this you wouldn't be able to tell, like, how big this is, but are those good enough to kind of hold you over until another big name Grand Theft Auto game, or it's just like, this is one mission and that wasn't nearly enough?
Well, it just all depends, man. Like, I mean, I haven't played, some of the ones I played, they've been all right. If there was like a faster way to do that, I just hate going online. Like it takes forever. And then it just not as easy as playing a single player and starting a mission. So, I mean, something like this I want, but if there was just an easier way for me just to get online, like if this was back on streaming or something, I would play it. Like if it was, because it was there, and honestly, I didn't really think about it because I didn't know Grand Theft Auto was on the streaming thing until I saw always say, "Hey, what's leaving?" I said, "Oh my god, this was up there. I wouldn't try it." Because now I have to wait for those fucking load times anymore. But I just don't want to. Just going through online is just a chore, and like trying to figure things out. Like, because it's so much shit on a map, or I wish it was something like a menu saying, "Hey, what mission you want to do? Like, what do you want to do story wise?" And I pick it. not me looking like, okay, where do I go to do this? And then it says, oh, you're required to be this level at some places. I was like,
so
fuck.
That's what would scare me is like requirements before I could play it. And that would, I don't want to play that game any more than I have to.
But I think maybe they changed it so that requirements are more lenient, or maybe you don't have to do much. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. It looked like the Dallas is in the scoring position. Fuck, man.
Already.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Dominic. So let's now get into the Game Awards stuff. The pre-show, as always, was just as packed as the main show with announcements. This kicked off with a new trailer for Tunic.
There was a ton of trailers. Like, I only watched half of them, maybe. Unfortunately, so. But, yeah. Okay, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff we saw was kind of known quantities, things that we had heard about before and just looked like you would expect. But there were a few surprises. Like I said, Tunic, that kicked it off. That had a pretty lengthy trailer, showed some new environments that we hadn't previously seen. That looks really good, and they gave it a release date as
we stopped them. And
That's coming out March 16th of next year. After that was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It looks like that's going to be just like the Jason
one?
The Friday the 13th kind of stuff.
Or how about the Alien one too? It was the Alien one, right? Of that one? Not Alien, Predator.
Yes, yeah, the Predator one. Yeah, it feels like it's going to be one of those types of games, like an asynchronous kind of.
But she was already in the Dying Light, not Dying Light.
Dead by Daylight.
Daylight, yeah, I think that's Dead by Daylight, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like surprised that it was its own thing, because it was like, wasn't this already a thing in something besides Mortal Kombat? So I don't know. I guess they're just trying to, get what they can out of that kind of game. Maybe they'll do something different, hopefully, but I don't expect much. After that was Homeworld 3.
Oh, but back to Tunic.
Yeah,
back to Tunic. See, the way that game looked is what I expected it to look. It didn't look like that when I played it on my Xbox. Like, that thing looked like it was running at 30 frames per second. That thing looked like it was running at 60 frames per second when I was looking at this trailer.
Yeah, this new trailer looked smooth. Yeah, so hopefully that was just maybe like an optimization thing or something, or maybe it's just, they're taking, I don't want to say the easy route, but I'm going to say the easy route, and, on the old Xboxes, it doesn't run very well, but on the Series X,
which is bullshit. Like, a game like that should run on a original Xbox.
Yeah, it really feels like it should. The same complaints I had with Link's Awakening and looking the way it did, or running the way it did, versus what I feel like it should have with the art style that it had. Yeah. So Homeworld 3. That's Q4 2022. We have a new Telltale series, The Expanse, which I don't know if you're familiar with that. Sci-fi television show.
I actually watched maybe like 5 episodes
of
it on the Amazon, and it's something I thought I can watch like Star Trek, where I can have it on and still do something. It's too much. It's like it's a lot of layers to it that I seem like I had to really invest my time into looking, and I never did. I mean, it seemed interesting. I know my dad watched it. I don't think he watched the latest season though, but he said that he enjoyed it. It was all right.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a really sci-fi-ish, like, almost doing with not really politics, but somewhat mystery and intrigue, like it's stuff like happening in the background, like you're trying to find out what's going on, and it's a lot of stuff in it. Yeah, it's like I probably have to start all over again with it. But yeah, so they have a Telltale series. That's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
But you should talk about the other Telltale series too, then, that they're doing. Might as well just talk about all of it. You don't have to go in order.
What is the other one?
Star Trek.
That's what it is. Okay.
Oh, you didn't have it?
Is that I've got it on there. Is that officially a Telltale thing though?
I could have sworn. Well, it said for the makers of Batman and.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't see that initially when I watched the awards, because at a certain point I turned it off because it was getting too late. But I was watching stuff again this morning and kind of skipping through, and I saw that, and it definitely looks very much like that kind of thing. Like you have your
it's probably
choices.
like maybe it's from the developers from those games. And
Yeah,
not
maybe it's
Telltale.
that kind of thing. But yeah, Star Trek Requiem is what they're calling that one. So that seems cool.
Yeah, it's by former. Yeah, which is crazy. So they got the Expanse, which is a space game, and then these guys who former Telltale game vets. That's what they're saying. They're doing Star Trek.
Yep. Yeah. So we got that. We got those two coming out. We also have this one called Thirsty Suitors, which is coming soon. Doesn't have a real date. But it's basically like you're going back to your old hometown to go to.
You look like you're
sister's.
Indian, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to like your sister's wedding, and then you like come across your exes, and apparently they've like
you're a female, yeah.
Yeah, your experience with dating has been so bad that your exes have teamed up together. Basically, kind of like a Scott Pilgrim-esque thing, where it's like now you got to fight them and hopefully become friends or like
that's what I was thinking of too.
Relationship problems.
Yeah, I was like, hey,
yeah, so that look kind of cool. It has like cool. A boyfriend dungeon or a dream daddy kind of look to it.
And
visually.
I was thinking it's going to be called Girlfriend Dungeon, but then I saw the bunch of boyfriends. I was like, oh, that still can be Boyfriend Dungeon. Yeah, it's like that. It's just you're just a girl this time.
Significant other dungeon.
Yeah, but yeah, it does look like it's cool. Like I actually I want to try out. I definitely want to try.
Yeah. After that was Evil West. This is a third-person shooter coming from the Flying Wild Hogs guys who do the Samurai Warrior or Shadow Warrior games. Those the modern versions of those. That looks really cool. That's coming out sometime in 2022.
Like, what does it look? You say, is it like a third person?
Yeah, it's third person, and it looks kind of like, I mean, it's called Evil West, but it looks like a Western kind of thing, but with some supernatural elements to it. It looks very much in the vein of like the Shadow Warrior, but with a more Western
it looks good.
vibe. Yeah, it looked really neat.
That's what's his name now in Overwatch?
Oh, McCree, whatever McCree's new name is.
Yeah.
Cowboy, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah. After that was Have a Nice Death. This is going into early access in 2022. It's a side-scrolling action-adventure game. Reminds me a lot, look and vibe-wise, to Hollow Knight. So it looks pretty neat. You're a little skeleton guy, Death, I would imagine. Seems like he was doing paperwork at the beginning of the trailer, and then he goes to business, collecting those souls.
Yeah, I didn't see this one.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that when I was looking back to just find like an article that had lists of the big things, there was a lot of stuff that was left off that when I went back and watched it, I was like, why didn't they mention this? Like even Evil West, I didn't see that mentioned in some of the articles.
Yeah, I see that too. Okay.
Yeah.
This looks cool.
Yeah. After that,
is this a car? Okay,
sorry.
yeah. Now I'm seeing the gameplay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It looks cool.
Very Hollow Knight-ish to me.
Oh yeah, throw that flag, baby.
Excited for penalties, Dominic.
Yeah, they hit our kicker.
Oh, all right. After that was Planet of Lana, an Off-Earth Odyssey. This reminded me a lot of Sable because they like start out with this very wide angle shot of like a person on top of some kind of vehicle going from left to right, like in a side scrolling fashion across the deserty environment. And then it like zooms in and it's like this weird robotic spider creature that they're riding. And it's really just a lot of like side scrolling stuff. There didn't seem to be like a lot of you jumping on enemies or anything like that. Didn't really. So I don't know if that was gameplay or not, but it seems like it has kind of a cool thing going for it. So I'm interested in seeing more of that.
Damn, it wasn't enough still to get a first down, so they declined it. Son of a bitch.
Rough.
But they did pin him back though. So that's good. Hopefully defense holds it down.
Yeah. After that was
I'm looking at this Lana now. Yeah. This Lana.
It has a nice look to it. Like it's serene.
How that spider creature is holding her up? That thing is like those legs managed to just break.
They're robotic. It's fine. Somebody engineered that so it will work. All right. After that was Persona 4 Arena Ultimix. That's coming out March 17th to the PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. That is the fighting game.
Yeah.
So still no Persona 4 or 5 for the Nintendo Switch.
No.
Just weird offshoots.
Oh, for Nintendo Switch, yes, because it's on PC. Yeah. It's just I don't get it. I don't understand them. I don't understand them, and I just want it's making me really dislike them because it's just like, why are you doing this?
Yeah,
I don't get this.
Even if it wasn't 5, like, I'm surprised they haven't put Persona 4 Golden, the like Vita version, on the Switch. That seems like that would be easy work and easy money, and get you some goodwill too. I think, for people that have been waiting.
And now
for that game.
Sega owns them now, right?
I think so. Yeah, right. Atlas.
Yeah.
I mean, that explains it right there, Dominic. Sega's always going to make the wrong decision. So, yeah, that was the end of the pre-show. They kicked off the big event itself. So earlier in the week, Jeff Keighley was getting some heat because he basically said, like, we're going to focus on games. We're not going to make this about the whole Activision situation. We're not really going to mention that. Of course, Twitter got all up in his ass about that because,
Wait a minute. What do you mean that? Okay, I don't get it. Like, why did he even mention it?
I guess someone probably asked him, what's the situation there, and then people saw that, like, one of the Activision board members was, like, on the board for the Game Awards and stuff like that, and basically they were just angry. People were angry that he wasn't gonna mention anything about Activision. And the current state of the video games, environment, I can't think of the word for some reason.
So, like, I kind of like how he mentioned about Konami or something like that.
Yeah, and that's what people brought up. Was like, oh, you wanna just glance over this and make this about the video games, but you didn't have any problem, calling out Konami when they hurt your friend,
because that is his lover. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So he kind of opened the show basically doing the whole I denounce all harassment kind of thing. So people were still kind of angry about that. But he did at least mention that, things are going on that are bad right now and that we as a community need to be better and all that kind of stuff. So people weren't happy with it, but, he did what he's going to do. He's not going to, completely jeopardize these relationships. He's still got to get these exclusive trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah, because Konami ain't making no games, so...
Exactly. Why he's got no problem burning that bridge. He's like, fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's how the show opened. Then they go into a pretty lengthy Hellblade 2 Senua's Sage or Saga. I don't have my glasses on, Dominic, and I can't see the computer screen that's 2 feet away from me. Yeah, Senua's Saga. So they showed that off. That game, like, visually looks beautiful. I still haven't gotten around to playing that first game. It seemed like some people were disappointed in the direction that this is maybe going because, like, the first one was so much about her mental illness, and this one, it's just like, oh, hey, you're fighting a big statue thing like it's fucking God of War or something. I don't know. Game's not out yet. Could be some kind of like manifestation of her depression or bipolarism or whatever it is. So, I give it some time to actually, figure out what's going on there before I get too angry about anything, especially since I haven't played the first one and I do want to get around to that. After that was kind of a big one here, Dominic. Star Wars Eclipse. Ooh, check you guys out. Yeah, so Star Wars Eclipse, that is the one we had talked about being rumored coming from Quantic Dream. It's going to be set in like the High Republic era and is still in early development. The trailer says very much like Doom vibes. You get like a dude drumming on a big old drum, and
I
you
thought
get
it was the Doom game because I heard there was a Doom game shown. And I was like, oh, this must be the Doom game. Then
exactly.
Then I saw like some Star Wars stuff. I was like, what the fuck?
Then you see Yoda and a friggin' lightsaber. Yeah. I don't know. They obviously didn't show any sort of gameplay. Being Quantic Dream, I don't know where I stand on this game. I like the meme that I saw of Obi-Wan from episode 3 where he's yelling like you can't win.
Anakin!
But he just has Jason.
It just says Jason say Anakin.
Yeah.
He's Anakin.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm not huge into Quantic Dream style games.
But that trailer though, I like that trailer. It gave you some good vibes. But
definitely.
But like you said, but being in Quantic Dream, I don't know. It made me want to play it though. Still, I don't care if it's a shit game because
I could maybe watch it on YouTube or something like that. But yeah, I hope at least the story is interesting. After that was the first like huge surprise because we haven't really heard anything about this rumor wise or anything. Monolith Productions, the guys behind. God damn it, I'm completely blanking now because whenever I look up Monolith, there's the ones that make the Xenogears, and then there's
that's the one I always think of.
There's the ones that make the other games.
This the one that makes Fear, right?
Yes. Yeah, I think they made Fear, but they also more recently made the Middle-earth games. That's what it is.
Oh, yes.
So Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor. They are making a Wonder Woman game, Dominic, and that is pretty exciting to me.
Yeah, that is for me too. Oh my God!
Uh-oh. They turned it right back over.
No, he just did, yeah.
Oh. Rough.
Oh my God, Jesus. All right. But yes, the Wonder Woman game. Yeah, I was excited when I saw that. I said, oh, yes, this is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I did see somebody mention about Middle Earth stuff. I was like, okay, the guys make Middle Earth. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm really curious what this is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that would translate really well. Like even that fast running aspect of it, like I could just see navigating the world as a Wonder Woman, like just fucking super running.
They better be a fucking invisible jet. I'm flying around.
No, you're going to swing between lightning and stuff.
Oh, okay.
You can do that instead. But yeah, that's cool because I know there's been rumors of someone working on a Wonder Woman game, but I think everybody always just assumed that it would be like Rocksteady or something like that. But I think that could be a really cool match there. So I'm excited. After that was the surprise announcement of Alan Wake 2. That's coming in 2023. And Sam Lake, the kind of head of Remedy, said this is going to be their first survival horror game. I saw some people pointing out that it looks like the trailer is taking place. And it's very much... Sorry.
So the other one was not really survival horror. I mean, I
guess
would say
not. I felt like it kind of was.
I thought it was too, but you know what? But I wasn't that scared of it, so maybe that's why they said. Yeah. And this one, I'm not going to play because it's going to be too scary.
Yeah, because they had like resource management stuff, like ammo and battery stuff. So,
I mean, it wasn't like super scary. I mean, if I can play through it and beat it, it's not that scary. But. It still, like you said, resource stuff, management stuff. That I don't know. Maybe this is less. Maybe you get less bullets now, or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know. Just scarier enemies, I guess. Yeah. But people were speculating that this is going to tie in like with the Control storyline stuff because it looks like in the trailer you're in New York or something like that. I don't know how they got that. The trailer was like 2 seconds long and it's just like Alan Wake's face and he's looking disheveled and then it says Alan Wake 2. But maybe I just wasn't paying well enough attention, Dominic. All right. After that was Sonic the movie number 2.
Oh yeah.
It's coming out April 8th. Awesome.
That looked pretty good.
It does. I think it looks fun. The first one was fun, and the second one adds, Tails and Knuckles and Jim Carrey, having the whole mustache look and everything. So looks pretty good.
Like this is what the child in me would have loved this. I mean, not only do you have Tails and that same damn plane that was in 2,
mm-hmm.
and then seeing Knuckles. Is great too. Like seeing that I was like, man, that is cool.
Yeah,
that is cool. I really want to see this movie. I really want to see it.
Yeah.
Hope it turns out pretty good.
All right. After that, Dominic, we had Horizon Forbidden West. They showed that real quick in a trailer. It showed off a whole bunch of different environments, different costumes. It looks beautiful. Like, it looks incredible. You go underwater, you're doing like parachutey stuff, floating through the air too. Has got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So looks very good. That's coming out, I think, in February of next year.
Oh yeah, I didn't see this new trailer. So maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah. Give it a look. After that, Dominic, anticipated news, Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate finally coming to the PC via the Epic Store on December 16th.
What about Xbox?
Nope, not going to happen, Dominic.
I just want to stream it, man.
Yeah.
I was hoping it go on Game Pass.
I'm really hoping it goes on Game Pass because this kicked up a little dander over the past couple of days because with it, Square Enix has announced that their PC games going forward will also be $70. So people were not happy, and in response, Epic has taken down the price from the store.
Turn it over.
It now just says coming soon. So they're just turning it back and forth over.
Yeah.
They're ridiculous. Yeah, so now you can't even pre-order the game. It just says coming soon because they don't want you to know it's going to be $70 when it comes out. They're definitely not changing the price.
Yeah, that is fucking ridiculous. What the fuck?
Yeah, they said this and Forspoken, which they also showed off later in the show. That's looking really good still.
Oh man, they saying that was a pass? $70. I thought it was like a handoff. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck you. All right. I'm sorry, but no. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So just that sucks that they're trying to move towards the $70 price on the PC as well.
I'm just trying to think. Like, I mean, I guess this and that new Final Fantasy, Dark Souls game, I guess, will be 70.
Mm-hmm.
And what else have they done? Oh, they actually have a TV advertisement for the Boba Fett show.
Cool.
I'm trying to think what else they got. Like, what other big screens? Yeah, I'm thinking about the European games. God damn, $70. Yeah, damn. That is, yeah. I'm not liking it, Daniel. I'm not liking it.
Yeah. After that,
some people say they're going to pirate. Say, a sailing we will go.
Pretty much. Yeah, we'll see how.
And then it's Epic Store, and they hate Epic Store.
Yep. So it's just even more reason.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to be fucking ships the whole way over here. All right. Completely opposite. The opposite direction of that, Dominic. There was a Game Pass commercial, and I only mention this because now they're changing the name to PC Game Pass because I think people were confused by the fact that it was Xbox Game Pass for PC, which I agree was very kind of bad branding.
Yeah.
It was always like, okay, this is on Xbox Game Pass like Outriders, but is it on PC? Can I play it on there too? So now at least they have two ways to make that kind of distinct.
Yeah, that's good. And also, I'm mad at YouTube because like they keep giving you deals on shit because I'm a YouTube Premium customer, and they gave me a deal for PC. It's specifically PC Game Pass too because I was like, okay. They call it a PC Game Pass. That's how I found out about it. So, and then it's for new customers. So I was like, what the fuck? Stop it.
Yep.
Stop giving me things that you have to be a new damn customer for. Or give me another option. Why do these deals have to be just for new customers? Damn it.
It's the only people they care about, Dominic.
The
only people they care about. Yeah. That sucks. All right. After that, Dominic, was Destiny 2, The Witch Queen. This is a new expansion coming in February.
So they are actually might be doing what they said it was going to do with Destiny 1, like the 10-year thing. They're doing it with Destiny 2, though. That's all.
Until like a year from now when they announce Destiny 3. Absolutely. Yeah, but now this one is taking you back to Mars. They had some like FMV video of like some woman be like, oh my God, the first time we went to Mars, it was so bad. So Destiny, it's got some Destiny stuff. After that was Slitterhead. Did you see the trailer for this one, Dominic?
No, I'm looking it up. I'm going to look it up.
It is weird. It doesn't really show you much outside of like weird creatures coming out of people's faces. It starts off with like this guy walking down an alley, and then this woman comes out looking like she might be soliciting some stuff. And then like her face splits open and a creature comes out of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this looks like a game I ain't going to be playing. I'll watch Markiplier play it.
There you go.
But I don't know. If it's an action game like this guy just coming down and chopping, maybe I will.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's from the creator of Silent Hill.
Oh, never mind. Nope.
So, yeah.
yeah. Nope.
It does feel like it has a slightly lighter tone than those games, but yeah, it's still probably going to be some creepy shit. So, all right, Dominic, after that, we had Nightingale.
Fucking damn it. Shit.
This game is not going well for you, Dominic. Sounds real bad.
Oh, it's a flag. Please, God. Oh, nope. It's against us. Shit.
It's double whammy there.
They got touchdown.
All right. Nightingale, that's going into early access in 2022. This is an online multiplayer survival crafting game. Seems like you're in different like timelines or portals, and then you and your friends come together to fight some creatures and stuff. But
no, it might be against them.
Oh, there you go.
Oh no, it's against us. It's against us. Oh, so,
of course.
Are they just going for two? Are they just going for two or what? Oh, cause I see Deck right there. Fuck.
All right, Dominic.
Okay.
Did you see the trailer for Nightingale? Any interest there?
What's it called? What's the game called?
Nightingale. It's the one that's like survival crafting type thing. So.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll look it up.
Okay.
While you go to the next one.
After that was the Lord of the Rings Gollum. I don't know what the gameplay in that is going to be. Seemingly, you're going to play as Gollum.
It's going to be like the what's the game called with the goblin or whatever, the stealth game.
Oh, Styx.
Yeah,
one? Yeah. I could see that. And you like pour hot lava on people like you do in the trailer here. So I could see this game being pretty cool. I'm interested.
This is the game.
In what they're gonna do.
Looks. I mean, I don't know if this is if this gameplay. It looks good.
Yeah.
I just hope it's not like a Rust though. If it's simple crafting, like a simpler type of stuff, I don't mind it. But if it's like Rust or like those other type of crafting survival games, it's not for me.
Yeah, it's too many systems.
Talk about Nightingale here. All right, so what we got here?
Yeah. After Gollum, there was Somerville. They had another short trailer for that. That's the one made by the ex-Play Dead developers, now at Jump Ship Games. Kind of on the nose. Still looking pretty cool. No idea when that game's coming out, though. I definitely want to check it out when it does, though. After that,
Somerville looks good. Yeah.
After that was a nice little performance for Cuphead: The Delicious Last Course.
Oh, I like that trailer they did for it with the puppet stuff.
Yeah, that whole presentation for that was really cool because they had like the singers come out and do a little performance. Then they went into like, oh, Cuphead's going to an island. They did that whole thing. That's going to be when you finally get to play as Miss Chalice. And you get some new DLC island. You get a DLC island that has, a whole bunch of new bosses and levels and stuff. So that looks really good. That's coming out June 30th of 2022. So it's still a ways off, but at least now we know seemingly definitively when we should be expecting that. After that was another Sonic trailer, Dominic, this time for a game, Sonic Frontiers. This is coming out holiday 2022. And it just looks like some Sonic game-ass Sonic shit.
Sonic Breath of the Wild. Sonic Breath of the Wild. That's what it is.
Yes, they definitely had some like dramatic vistas and whatnot.
Oh man, I want to see him climbing. I want to see him climbing up about it or something.
God. That is the last thing I want to see Sonic doing. That is Knuckles' job, Dominic. That is what Knuckles
definitely is Knuckles.
Yeah, it's like you were telling me earlier. Like, I'm not seeing loops. I'm not seeing stuff to run on, really. Like,
It's not even colorful like area. I mean, come on, man. You got to make it like real vibrant.
yeah, they're lost. They don't know what to. I mean, you could show me this trailer without the Sonic stuff, and yeah, Breath of the Wild, Xenogears, any number of just generic ass game environments. Like, Sonic could be something very interesting, and they have lost their way, or since the 2D era have never been able to find their way as to what that game needs to be. And
what came out first, the Rare Sonic or the Knight or the Black Knight Sonic, whatever the hell that was? Because whatever those
I
were,
want to say
that's
the Black
where
Knight Sonic, because that one was on the Wii.
Because that was fucking ridiculous. It's like, what the fuck is this? And then I actually saw some gameplay of it. Like, oh my god! Like, oh my goodness, what is this? Like a princess? I said, get the fuck out of here! Oh my god.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. They should just make Sonic the movie the game and make it 2D, but with like the Mortal Kombat-esque like CG renderings of the actual characters from the movie. Just have nice James Marsden in there. All right, Dominic. After that, Kojima, because you got to have Kojima in this. But he didn't have anything to show game-wise. He just showed off the trailer for...
Did they kiss on stage?
No, he was not actually there. He was not present.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was there via video, and he just was like, let me kick it to my boy Guillermo del Toro's trailer for Nightmare Alley or whatever that new movie is he's got coming out. And then Guillermo del Toro was there via video to announce the winner of some category. I don't remember which one.
Okay.
Yeah. After that was Chichia. That's the one that kind of looks like Breath of the Wild, but it's like a little girl on an island. And she's also like possessing different things, almost like Mario Odyssey style.
That looked all right.
Yeah, that still looks really good.
Yeah, it's kind of like you said, Breath of the Wild probably mixed with a Wind Waker, because the kind of art style with it.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, did he catch that? Did
he?
I don't know. Well, go ahead. They're trying to figure it out here.
Gotcha. After that was the gameplay debut of the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. It was basically like them hunting down the Flash, but it also wasn't like, here's just gameplay of this, like, let's watch somebody play this on Twitch. It was very stylized, so it's hard to see what you're actually going to be doing in that game, because there was a lot of like swinging around and moving very fast. It was just very, I don't know. It was very complicated.
I don't know. I mean, I liked it. I like that trailer.
It looks good. I just don't know how that's going to translate to actually playing the game.
Oh yeah. I want to do, do you switch characters or is it multiplayer?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it does look really cool. And I like the idea. Like, it's almost kind of weird, because it seems like you might actually kill the Justice League, because it sounds like maybe Brainiac has gotten his tendrils into these people's heads or something. Maybe yeah. But
no, it's funny too. It was funny. I like some of the lines they were saying in there.
Is Captain Boomerang a guy that moves quickly?
No.
Okay. Because in the trailer,
you mean because he does that warp?
Like,
he got that warp thing. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like he warped. Yeah, that's.
It's just like,
I think that's something for the game.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, maybe they explain it. Maybe they'll explain how he can do that.
Yeah. Maybe like absorbs the Flash's powers or something some way.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. After that, Dominic.
But was he moving quickly or just warping? That's what I thought. I thought he was warping, like, to a location.
Yeah, I'd have to check it out again. I thought at some point I saw him, like, actually just running like the Flash. But, yeah, maybe that's what it was he was just kind of the way they showed him moving.
Yo, what the fuck, man? Come on. Okay, go ahead.
Was it a catch?
No, that was a catch, yeah. But down, they're not moving no more, so they might have to kick a...
Gotcha.
Actually, I don't know. Wait a minute. I don't whatever. But whatever. They got one more down to go.
Gotcha. All right, Dominic. After that, we had Space Marine 2. They're back, Space Marine. I am very glad to see that that's a thing that's happening.
I'm very glad too. Now I want to go back to play it.
Yeah.
I always keep saying I'm going to play it, and I never do.
Mm-hmm.
But now that they're doing it too, I think that gives me an excuse to really to play it to see. Let me follow the story here, even though it probably don't make any. Doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. But
because we just talked about that as part of the flashback segment, didn't we? So it's been 10 years, I guess, since that game came out.
Yeah, I felt like we did talk about it.
That's crazy. So that's very cool.
It was all right game. I mean, I saw it first. I think it just didn't get enough, I guess, press or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think some reviews were pretty down on it, but I think I think it was, holy shit, he got set. Oh, the ball is out. Oh my fucking God. Damn it. Jesus. Please stop. No, he got a touchdown.
Oh no. Oh, rough.
Oh my God. Oh God, fuck this game. Let me go. I ain't probably going to, after this is over, I'm probably just going to do something else. Probably just work on a goddamn podcast. All right. So,
yeah. So that's cool.
But yeah, just what we were talking about, Space Marines.
Yeah. You were just saying that it didn't seem like it got kind of the press that it needed. Cause I remember like there was a lot of praise around that game, but there really wasn't like thought. Maybe a lot of sales and stuff.
Yeah. It seemed like it. But I just remember everybody saying, say Space Marines.
Yeah.
Those are the orcs.
Yeah. And visually this trailer
and it
looks
looked like
really
a game that should have been probably multiplayer, because I think he was always with 3 people. And it was like, hey, why can't you have 2 other people play it? It's pretty cool. And now, see, this didn't show that. I'm hoping they announced it. If they announced that it's at least co-op, at least 2 people, that'll be cool.
Yeah, because it definitely has like Gears. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely has a Gears vibe to it. So, yeah, that's very cool. Excited to see when that comes out.
And I also want to say that I listened to a book recently in the Warhammer universe, and that is a very complicated universe. There is a lot of stuff. Like, that book did not help. Like, I mean, the story overall, the story was good. Like, if I just kept it with what the basis of the story was good, but with all the terminology and all other stuff, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I had to go at the Wikipedia or the wiki of the stuff to know what these terminologies mean or what these people are. Because I was like, good God, I said, I don't know what this is. I said, I guess this book's for intended for people who already know the lore, because I don't know what the fuck none of these people are called, or like what it means.
Yeah.
But it was an alright book. I mean, but that is a fucking huge universe, man. I mean, god damn, it's a lot of shit.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be intimidating to like try and jump in anywhere with that series.
Yeah.
Between that and Warhammer proper too.
Well, that's what I did. I said, what's the best book to start with? They said, start with this. And I was like,
that's what some person that's read Warhammer for the last 20 years version? Of their lives.
Like, what's the, they don't have like a little kid's version of Warhammer or something to get people started?
Baby's first Warhammer book.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Dominic. After that was a new trailer for Saints Row. That's coming out August 23rd of 2022. So they pushed that out quite a bit.
The look of that game, I mean, it is coming on regular systems, though. So, because I was going to say, man, it doesn't look as good as I thought, but it does look better. It looks better, but not.
Yeah.
But then again, technically, we didn't really get a new Saints Row game for this generation.
No, not at all.
I think about it. Of course, it should look better.
It has very much like a Watch Dogs Legion kind of look to me, but with a little more style added to it. Maybe a little more cartoon, but not fully cartoony. Yeah, it looks pretty good, but yeah, it definitely doesn't look like.
Is this supposed to be like a Vegas or something? This looked really deserty.
Yeah, like, it really did. I'm not sure because those other ones were what, like more California based.
Yeah, more yeah, or just I don't know about but the first one I don't know.
Generic city.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. After that, Dominic, was Dune Spice Wars. That's coming early access 2022 and is a 4X strategy game. So
is this going to like
the
continuation of the movie, so we can finally see what's going on here?
Yes, exactly. This is Dune Part 2. There is no movie. They lied to you. It's just
let's see how these Ravens doing.
Yeah, so that's cool for those people that remember that game, the old Dune game fondly. This is kind of following the similar vein to that. And if you're looking for more Dune tangential stuff, we got that. After that was Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. They showed off some more of that. They had Will Arnett and Ashley Birch, right? I think.
Okay.
Out there on stage, like, hey, we're the voices from this game. And I believe she also writes for them as well. That's coming out March 25th, 2022. So that'll be out in no time, Dominic. We saw a short little preview of Among Us VR, and that looks like Among Us, but from a first-person perspective. So that could be fun for people with, like, quests. Check out there. There was this game called Steel Rising where it looks like it could be a Bayonetta type, DMC action game, but you're a robot maid. It looks weird. I didn't see any gameplay stuff from it, but
is this Rumbleverse?
No, this is Steel Rising. Check that out because that
damn,
looks really
I'm
weird.
way ahead. I'm trying to fast you forward. Yeah, I look up Steel Rising.
So while you look that up, I already mentioned Star Trek. We will talk about Rumbleverse. That is a multiplayer battle royale melee game, which we've seen attempted in the past. This one's much more cartoony. It's coming out in 2022 and is made by Iron Galaxy, the guys that have been working on Killer Instinct and do a lot of ports for stuff. They also did like Dive Kick, and I'm trying to think of something else.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but they just it looks okay, but multiplayer like melee combat games that aren't just fighting games, I feel like don't hit the mark very often. So I think they have kind of a tough road ahead of them for that one.
Yeah, it looks like a Fortnite kind of thing. You talking about Rumbleverse?
Yeah. The visuals, are definitely very much kind of Fortnite-y. It has like a mix of wrestling in there too, because like you see guys like suplex people at some point. It looks like it could be fun. I need to go and watch some actual like more gameplay of it because I know
this is a free to play game, right?
Kind of an event. I think maybe they mentioned that. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Because like, is this? Yeah, because it's a battle royale. Yeah,
I think they did say that. Which, yes, it is free to play for the PS5, PS4.
Thing
Xbox.
is, you know what? No matter how fun these games look, I don't know if I'm ever going to play them.
Yeah.
And nothing against the game, it's just that I feel like, I might try it once, and then it's going to be like, yeah, it is free to play. I just see the thing. The trailer. But yeah, I don't know if I would, because I want to invest. I'm not going to invest in it. I think that's what it is, and I'm just going to move on from it. I mean, it's cool for other people, but I wonder, will it live, like, will it survive, like, at least like Apex or something? Because like, you're not going to be as popular as Fortnite, but
Fortnite's got to go down in popularity at some point, right, Dominic? And I think people are just hoping that they're the game.
Like Warcraft. like Warcraft.
Exactly.
Yeah, right? I mean, which I mean, come on. That went on for a long time. I mean, it's still going, technically. So, Fortnite, I mean, maybe Fortnite could be it's going to be the same way. Maybe they're going to beat a Warcraft where it's like, no one's ever going to beat it, but you can just get close.
Yeah. Yeah, just to be the company that is there when their numbers start dropping. Because
the way they update, I mean, the way that Fortnite updates with these new seasons and costumes,
new mechanics. I mean, that's the crazy thing.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, they actually changed the game. I mean, it's not just the same damn game. It keeps it fresh, man. Every time you see something come big, like, oh, this is like Among Us comes big. So, man, a lot of people play Among Us. But Fortnite's still king. And then, some comes up big and say, oh, it's a little fun, but Fortnite is still the top dog.
Yeah. Yeah, because I didn't even realize, like, I saw the stuff when they added Spider-Man that there was swinging for him.
Baltimore's losing 16 zip.
Oof, rough.
What is up with the DMV?
Yeah, but, like, they actually added swinging for, like, everybody. It's not just Spider-Man, which makes sense because it doesn't make a lot of sense to have, like, oh, only the Spider-Man character can swing around. But from what I was reading, like, the swinging in Fortnite is actually very good. So
is it better than Marvel's Avengers Spider-Man?
I may have actually heard that is the case, yes. That it's a better interpretation of Spider-Man than Marvel's Avengers Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at this Steel Rising. Is this going to be like a Devil May Cry type of game? Because
that's what it feels like it is, but I hadn't seen anything more than just that trailer, and it just kind of caught my eye because it was like this weird, like made but also, you know, murdering things. So let's see. There is a gameplay trailer on.
Oh my god! Like the Washington team is losing, goddamn 18 to zip, and something happened good for Washington. I don't know what it is, but it's not a score, so I don't give a fuck.
It doesn't look quite as fast paced as like a Devil May Cry, but like somewhere between a Devil May Cry and a Dark Souls is where it feels like it lands. Maybe.
Okay. And you know what? Maybe I don't like that. I mean, I might be okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, Devil May Cry can be hard if you put it on. I mean, if you put it on.
Oh yeah, that stuff scares me when you're trying to get like S rank on, a ridiculous amount. So, yeah. All right. After that, Dominic, was a Plague Tale
These teams
Requiem.
scored. What the fuck, man?
That is the sequel to a Plague Tale that's coming out in 2022.
Oh yeah. I kind of want to play the Plague Tale. It's just like so many games, yo.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just there really are. There are too many games. Plus, there are a lot of rats in that thing.
Like, give it to this Crossfire X. I've been seeing this for a while, and I just don't know. It's like it's just
that's
so
the only
generic.
reason why I put it on the list is because it has a release date, and I'm excited for February when we never have to talk about that game ever again.
Yeah, because I'm like, this is so generic fucking game, and I'm like, why this game? I thought this game might have came out already.
I will say I'm intrigued by the fact that it's got like story missions that are made by Remedy. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, are they going to have something really cool with their single player, or how much of that does that even make up?
And like, why is this a big deal? Because the way when it first got announced, it was like,
it's the biggest selling game in South Korea and China, Dominic.
Oh, okay.
And by the biggest selling in those two areas, I mean the biggest selling game in the world. Because that was the thing, right? It was like
that was the
best selling game ever in eternity. And you and I are both like, what's this game? Who's ever heard of this? Yeah. So that's coming out in February. So we'll be very excited and never have to talk about that again once it comes out.
Which is funny because none of these people look Korean.
Well, no. It's not how this works, Dominic. Just because the game's popular there doesn't mean they have to be Korean.
Oh, god darn.
Or even made by a Korean developer. I don't know where this game comes from, to be honest with you.
Wait, it's not even shit. It's not even a Korean developer.
It might be.
Well, maybe Smilegate is Korean?
I think they are. Let me see.
Yeah, they are. They're South Korean.
Yeah. All right, Dominic. So we got Crossfire that's coming out. GTFO, which we had previously seen at a Game Awards. I believe that's like a multiplayer, like trying to get out of, of course, get the fuck out, trying to get out of shit. I want to say it's like kind of like a Left 4 Dead-esque thing, but not quite that level.
Yeah, it is out. He says out now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they announced that on Game Award night that it was.
You can save 25% on it.
Yep. They also announced that. All right. After that, Dominic, the Halo TV show, they had a trailer. It's got
very positive on Steam.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Glad to hear that. Yeah. So this TV Halo for Paramount Plus, Dominic, what did you think of that? Did you see that trailer?
Oh, no, I did not see the TV trailer. Yeah, I totally forgot about it. I did.
I think
hear
it's fine that you didn't. They don't really show a lot. Like they show kind of some environments, and you go, "Oh yeah, that looks nice," and that looks Halo-ish. They do show Master Chief at the very end of the trailer, but it's mostly like just kids' faces because I guess the narrator is the doctor lady who kidnapped all these kids to make them into Spartans.
Yeah. Halsey.
Yeah, so it sounds like they're going like kind of that story with it. Kind of explaining how you become the Master Chief, I guess. So it doesn't look super cheap. It doesn't also look like super expensive. So I am interested to see how much money they put into this and like what level of CG and whatnot this show comes out with. Paramount Plus, not really a streaming service that I've been pressured to get into, but if they've got Halo, I'll sign up for a free trial to watch it.
Really?
What?
For Halo?
I mean, if it's free trial.
Is it? Oh, a free trial.
People are saying it's
okay.
good.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on with this? After that was Elden Ring. They had a new trailer for that. That's more Elden Ring. We know what that is at this point. Dark Souls,
I don't know.
but prettier.
What is that? That's the game that's coming out before the book. But the last Game of Thrones book.
It's going to be George R. R. Martin's last work of art before he dies.
Doing like he was. That's why he was busy doing that. And he's like, "You got a fucking Game of Thrones book you got to be working on, man. Like, what the fuck?" Because I was and I was just as a person who liked his books, and I was like, "Man, I don't give a fuck about this game. And what the hell you do? Why are you working on this game?"
Yeah. All right. After that, Dominic, was Arc Raiders. This is a new game coming from ex-developers from the Battlefield team, and it's like multiplayer, but I hate to keep going back to like a Left 4 Dead thing, but it's like a Titanfall meets Left 4 Dead because it's not like monsters you're fighting like this robot, and it's third person, it's a shooter, and in the trailer they have like this huge like spidery kind of creature that you're all shooting up, and then you jump on top of it and throw a grenade down at it. Seems like it could be cool. Definitely need to see like more about this.
Yeah,
game.
I didn't see. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It looks okay.
Yeah.
Though I'm tired of these. Like, well, see, okay, I see some environments where there is like a city, but these desert environments, man. I'm like, yo, it's too open. Like, it's like, come on, I want to see something more dense with like foliage and shit like that.
Absolutely. All right, Dominic. Then after that was kind of the kickoff or the end of the show, I guess. Kind of the capper. You had Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss from Matrix. They showed off some new Matrix movie stuff. And then they showed off the Matrix Awakens, which is an Unreal 5 tech demo. And people had been able to like preload this a couple of days before the event, and then it went live. Now, this is exclusive to the Series XS and PS5, and from what I've seen, for good reason, because this thing looks incredible. Now, it's not just a tech demo that you're looking at. It's a fully playable thing. They have an open world that you can kind of explore. And it looks really good. Visually, it looks amazing. Some of the deformation, like vehicle destruction stuff, looks incredible. The people's faces look really good. I think.
Yeah, they do.
That's one of the things that they're trying to show off is like, oh, this is CG Keanu versus this is, real life Keanu. And they kind of go back and forth between them a couple of times.
Yeah, you see his age. You say,
yes,
I want CG Keanu.
Yeah. Yeah. And apparently it's using like their meta world face creator or whatever that they've talked about in the past, the technology that basically enables you to just create random faces that don't look weird and odd, but like they could be real people's faces. And yeah, you and I were talking about it, watching it a little bit before we started recording, but like this is kind of what we expected to see from Next Generation.
Yeah.
And we're finally getting that. I would love for games to actually look like this. Now, the frame rate does definitely suffer a bit, and I don't know if that's a limitation of the hardware that it's running on, those consoles are still consoles at the end of the day, or if it's just like they need to optimize and also go on a smaller scale. Because this demo is really a very large environment with a whole lot of NPCs going around, a whole lot of cars moving, ray trace lighting everywhere. It really is just like on a whole different level than things that we've seen, up until this point. So looks really cool. I mean, also Unreal, they're trying to move into the movie space. A lot of the stuff they did for The Mandalorian was done with Unreal Engine. So I can see like why they would lean into a collaboration with The Matrix, because it's like, hey, we can also make your movie look this good. So, yeah.
It looks great. Yeah, I want, when I see next gen, not that it had to look like this, but like, especially for those games that have that aesthetic of like kind of realistic type of look, I'm kind of looking like, can you look similar to this, or something like this? Like, look like something I can't possibly play on my on my current system.
Yeah.
And or if you want to look cartoony, that's fine too, because it still looks, you can still tell like, hey, this game's playing my last system, looking all colorful like this and like different. But yeah, that's the thing, is like these games that like with what is it called, the what's the game? Destroy All Humans 2 remake. Them saying that, oh no, we're gonna be exclusive to next gen. I'm like, well, shit, you better look like something like next gen, because if you don't, then what the fuck does that even mean? You're just exclusive. You're just choosing not to go on the current gen, but you're not making it me impressed. You're gonna make it like, I'm not gonna spend $7 on your fucking game. I'm gonna freaking wait till that shit come to 20 or less, because ain't no way in hell I'm paying for a game that could have been on a previous console, and you're just making it like exclusive to this console. Like, it doesn't look as good. As it probably could look good. Like, you gotta make it, like, if you're gonna do that, because I think Sony, if COVID didn't happen, or the chip shortage didn't happen, or whatever really is causing these problems for like the consoles, I'm thinking like those games will not have come on PS4. Like, I'm thinking that God of War, at least God of War, maybe the Horizon, maybe. But I'm thinking like God of War or Gran Turismo. I don't think they was going to come on PS4. I think they were going to just make it like, oh, this is going to be PS5 exclusive, and then people wouldn't drink that fucking Kool-Aid saying, yeah, that's going to be played on PS5. I was like, bullshit.
Metal Gear Solid 4 all over again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. All right, Dominic. So those were our announcements for the Game Awards. We'll go down the winners real quick for some of these categories. Kick it off with Player's Choice, Halo Infinite, which I feel like is just trash because that game was out for like a day before these awards were handed out. So there's no way that people could have chosen Halo with any sort of actual play time.
Wait a minute, somebody pick Halo for something? What happened?
For the Player's Choice Award was the one that was voted on by fans entirely.
That's bullshit.
And they gave it to Halo Infinite.
I guess the multiplayer? That's the
Even
only thing you can vote.
Was out for like a week. Come on now.
Oh, you mean talking about a week for people got to choose?
Yeah.
Got to choose it? God,
yeah.
Okay.
These people are blindly voting for this. This is just Halo fans, Dominic. It's not fair.
That is, that's a little odd. That's a little odd.
Awards are rigged. All right.
But I'm glad it's an Xbox game, though.
Okay.
Yeah, America first. There you go.
Yes, absolutely. After that was Best Multiplayer, It Takes Two. Took that one home. Best Sports and Racing.
It Takes Two is taking quite a few of these awards.
Best Sports Racing Game was Forza Horizon 5. Best Sim Strategy was Age of Empires 4. Best Family Game, It Takes Two. Best Fighting Game, Guilty Gear
Broken
Strive.
Family Game.
Yep. All about divorce. You love to see family games about divorce, Dominic. Have my child playing that game with me in a month or so. All right. After that, Dominic, we had best RPG. It went to Tales of Arise. It did not go to Cyberpunk.
Yay!
Sorry, it did not happen. I wanted to see the riots in the streets. Best action adventure game was Metroid Dread. Yay. Best action game, Returnal. Innovation and accessibility was Forza Horizon 5. Best indie game was Kena, Bridge of Spirits. So they thought it was better than you did, Dominic, because they didn't give up on it.
Well, what was the competition?
Some much better games.
Oh, well, really?
No,
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what it is. I mean, it probably should have won. I mean, Kena was. I like Kena. But yeah, but
I'll just give you
I did give up on it.
All right. We also got games for Impact. Life is Strange: True Colors. Best performance was Maggie Robertson as Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil.
And it should be the model, too.
You know, she sure looked a lot taller than I expected that woman to be, because I don't know that I've ever actually seen her. And she was relatively tall. She wasn't like 20 feet tall like the vampire lady, but she was surprisingly tall. Best art direction was Deathloop. Best narrative.
Oh my God, tackle the man! Jesus!
Oh no, just going bad. Best narrative was Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which just kind of really makes me want to just play that game more.
Yeah,
if it's actually got like a really good story, I'm intrigued.
Is there a sale happening?
I did see it for. I mean, Black Friday. I think it was down to like $39. But yeah, I could definitely see it going a lot
streaming
further.
Is really just ruined me. That I just want all the games available. Like even if I buy it, I say okay, I buy it, but I want it to stream it.
Yeah,
I need to stream it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is Microsoft has made the act of games as a service work for them, because I don't need an Xbox Series X as long as I can stream all of those in equivalent fashion on my old Xbox. And that's what we talked about even before. That's why I thought
on Stadia?
Yes, actually I think it is.
Yeah, it's probably not on sale,
Stadia
though.
or Luna.
I
think it's on one of those too.
The Luna, wait a minute, Luna, all I do is have an Amazon account, right?
Yeah. But you still have to, no, I think it's still a separate buy.
Oh my God, man. Eat one. Jesus.
But I think it's more like, not quite Game Pass, but like if you do buy it, you have a larger library of games that you can just play than Stadia, where it's only like 1 or 2 a month or something like that. And then there was also like you buy packages, like you can buy the Ubisoft package, which lets you play like a couple of Ubisoft games instead of just buying only one or something like that. It's kind of like an in-between.
Okay.
All right. After that was Best Game Direction. That went to Deathloop. And then Game of the Year, Dominic.
Cool.
It Takes Two.
Yeah, that was a little surprising, but something different.
I think Jeff Keighley's got a new significant other, Dominic. Is that Joseph Ferris guy?
Oh, that's the guy who's the director or something?
Yeah. He's the one that was on there that was like, fuck the Oscars.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah.
He was very excited to have won this. So good for him. He's definitely a fun character.
I really want to play that game, but I think it is exclusively multiplayer.
What do you mean? Oh, is it exclusively multiplayer? Yes, you have to play it multiplayer, I believe. Yeah.
Darn, why couldn't they do it like Brothers? Shit. Brothers is the only one. I think it's only one that's not exclusive.
Play it with one controller with 2 control schemes.
Yeah.
That game's on Game Pass now, right?
Brothers?
No, It Takes Two.
Oh.
It came up there
you mean
recently,
like through
right?
EA? Is he part of EA?
Yeah, I think maybe that's why it's up there. Let me see. Game Pass. Digital version should Take Two. Yes, it is on Game Pass now. Yeah, that game definitely looks interesting. But it does definitely have the hurdle of having to be
he could have
multiplayer.
caught that, but... Wait a minute, did he throw a flag against us? Oh, get the hell out of here.
All right, Dominic, did you see any other news before we get into new releases?
No.
All right, let's get through these real quick so you can get back to football.
Hey,
Final
why
Fantasy.
your new releases look like this? You guys Wikipedia or something?
Because I just copied and pasted them because I forgot that I did not add them. I had everything else, and then I was like, oh shit, I didn't do those. Yeah, so Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker, that's the new expansion. That's out on PC, PS4, PS5. You also have Life is Strange, True Colors.
I feel like there was another Walker.
There was Shadow something. Isn't there a Walker for Mistwalker or something for Elder Scrolls? Because I thought this had already come out because I thought I remembered something else Walker.
Oh, I just remembered Walker or in the Walker before something Walker.
I don't know. Yeah, so there's that. There's Life is Strange, True Colors for the Nintendo Switch, Serious Sam 4 for the PS5, Xbox Series.
That is on Game Pass also.
What is?
Serious Sam.
Oh, okay.
4.
I was like, wait, is Life is Strange on Game Pass? Okay. 12 Minutes is now out on the Nintendo Switch, PS4, and PS5. I still would like to get back to playing that at some point, but don't want to play that anymore.
Yeah, I think, because I'm not as frustrated because I've spent some time away because I really
just want the story, and I don't want to cheat myself out of the experience, quote unquote, by looking at a guide, but also I feel like I really hit a kind of stumbling block.
Well, I think it's because I don't feel like keep doing the same shit every time. What was the game I told you I played that at least I had to keep doing the same thing all the time? What was the game I just played recently?
I know what you're talking about, but I'm blanking on it. Because you were playing that right at the same time.
Yeah.
And you're
the Forgotten City or something?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Which that's on Game Pass now, I think.
Yeah, that's still on Game Pass.
Yeah.
He almost caught that interception for the Ravens.
12 minutes. Halo Infinite, of course, we talked about that. Sam and Max Beyond Time and Space Remastered. That's now on PC, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One. GTFO, which we talked about a little bit ago, and Loop Hero is now out on the Nintendo Switch. So those are our new releases.
So they got Loop Hero. Oh, yeah. See, Sam Max, it just reminded me that the other one came out last year. I kind of want to go back and play these games. This game in the remastered form.
Yeah, seems pretty cool. So, all right, Dominic, you got anything else for the week?
Nah, man, I'm good.
All right, thank you guys as always for listening. You can check us out on Twitter. Dominic is at DStalworth5. I'm at Regulus MB. The podcast is at Superpod, SUPAPOD. Superpod.com is the website. You can check us out there. It has all of our previous podcasts, as well as links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, all those places. If you can get a podcast there, you can probably find us. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.
All right, see you guys.